Hello.
What's up, you guys?
We're randomly live again. So,
Welcome back.
you might be wondering, why did you go live again? Well, the first time we did it, we only had a limited amount of time.
Yeah.
And a lot of people were like, "Oh my gosh, like we're so bummed we missed it. We missed it." And
Yeah, we had a few messages about folks that were like, "Oh my gosh, I had no idea."
yeah.
We're like, "Yeah, our bad, kind of," and
Let me fix this real quick. So, we're just trying to pull up the chat here on the laptop again, trying to see if something else works as a workaround, and if it doesn't work, then I don't know what to do. Like, we're not the most, like, technically savvy people, but
oh well.
here we are. We're still trying. Okay. Let's see here. There we go. Okay, so hopefully that's working. If you can't hear us or anything, let us know. Is the audio bad or good?
Seems like this is shuddering. I don't know if that's happening in real time.
I don't know. Hi, friends. Volume is fuzzy. Okay, can you pull that thing?
Yep.
Hold on. Okay, how is the... Is that better now? And is it shaking? Is that just us? Is Haunted Mansion... Oh, a virtual queue. Okay, is it clearer now? Better? Okay.
Cool.
Okay. Sorry about that.
I had a feeling that was going to happen.
Okay.
I had a feeling.
That's better. That's better. That did it. Okay. Now, question. When you're seeing this, is it kind of like shaking, or was that us like shaking the table?
We might have been shaking the table.
Just out of curiosity.
I think we were shaking the table when we were on the laptop.
Okay.
So.
This is really annoying. So for anybody who's watching replay, just skip forward.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's
so
like
sorry.
watching amateurs with live streams. You're like,
we are amateurs with live streams.
It's true.
In this day and age, we really are.
It's
like
true.
We don't know what we're doing. Like we're not good at it. No shaking. Okay, so sorry about that. We're trying our best. We're still, again, we still can't even like see the chat on the computer, and I don't know what that's about. I don't know if weird. Like, maybe we're just, maybe it's because we're signed in on our own account. I have no idea, but whatever. Sorry.
Well, we used to be able to see it.
And the only bit of chat I can see here, there we go. There we go. Yay. Literally, yay. Mood lighting. Yeah, we started to kind of mess around with our, I don't know what you call it, Halloween decor. And
yes, we're breaking out the Halloween lights. But I mean, we have depth in our living room because we have an actual house. So we're like, oh yeah, just throw the blue light over there because it gives it like a little bit,
Yep. And I don't know if our super chats are on or off. Like, I don't remember if I hit monetize or not, so I have no idea. If this didn't, sorry. Oh well. We just wanted to go live, so I don't know. There's so many settings.
Yeah, because normally I can pop out the chat and it doesn't give me the option. Yeah, you
can't do anything. This is so weird. Like, it's so weird. But yeah, so I don't know if that's on. I have no idea. I'm so sorry if I somehow didn't do that, but it wasn't our like top concern for this. We were just literally trying to get it to go. I know it's early, but I can't wait. Love the Christmas. Honestly, I loved it too. I was really excited to see Christmas. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, it's shaking the table again whenever you do that.
Oh, here. Let me just take this off the table.
Yeah, take that off. Okay, there we go. My father loves to watch you guys. Thank you for bringing joy to him. Aw, that's so sweet. That's amazing. Thank you. Yeah, I wore my Avenge shirt today. This is for the anniversary thing, so it was really cool. It was good to 25 years. Can you believe that?
Didn't you get complimented on that shirt today?
Yeah, a couple times. A lot of people. I didn't know so many people recognize, especially at Disney. You never know because it's not really 100% that scene. Greetings from Colorado. So just an FYI, I'm going to be referencing down a couple times because I'm trying to see the chat. It's a little closer right here. So if I do, and then Spence is trying to get the chat to work, I think you'd try signing out.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. Because I can see the chat on my phone, which is weird when I watch from my account. Oh no, I'm not really I'm not really a punk rocker. I like all kinds of music. Like, truly, I like a lot. But thank you. Testing 1, check 2. We are coming out to Disneyland. Is the Haunted Mansion open and is it virtual queue? Yes, it's virtual queue still. It is open. Somebody said no sound. Is the sound out for some reason, or was that just a...
Was that earlier?
I mean, I have the live chat on, so if it goes out for whatever reason, just let us know. There, you can kind of see the chat here, so you'll just have to look down. Are they almost done with Haunted Mansion? I'm not sure. Sound is working. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure why it's, or how long it's going to take. I'm really not sure. I wish I knew, but I kind of don't follow all that stuff. Are you planning a trip to Mammoth? You know what's so funny is I was talking about it today. Like today, because it started snowing. Can you believe that?
I didn't know. I mean, we did have like a little bit of a weather change here where like it cooled off, clouds came in, we have like wind. It's like, oh, it feels like fall. Like classic Southern California fall to me. And then Katie goes, oh yeah, it's snowing in the Sierras. And I'm like, oh, well, it does happen.
Yeah.
Sometimes though, it's weird. Sometimes when it snows this early, it can be like we used to think it was a curse, because then it wouldn't snow for like till like December or later, and usually the first big holiday is Thanksgiving when the ski resorts, get their first rush of people.
Yeah.
Mammoth likes to open as early as possible. I think they're open like usually October something.
I don't know. Don't look at me.
Anyways, I mean, they'll open as early as they can because they do the snowmaking and all that stuff. But anyways, kind of exciting to hear that.
Sure is. Yeah, there's the thing so you can see it. I can see a little bit better on the screen now. So yeah, I don't know when we're going to go up there. We'll try. We'll see. So we just got back from Tahoe, so I'm kind of like, oof, I don't know. Like, that was a lot. And it was kind of a longer trip, too. I was like, man.
Here's a good question. Georgina from Australia says she's traveling to Disneyland in March. Is the weather all right that time of year, or would you wait until April, May?
To where?
She's from Australia, and she's coming here.
Oh, okay.
To Disneyland in March.
I was reading a comment.
And should she wait till April and May? She's coming in March.
I honestly think those are all kind of a gamble anyway. Like, it's hot,
you may get
and then
rain.
You might get a little bit of rain.
But I think in March your chances of like
drink something.
Sorry, your chances of like getting some really nice empty days are possible.
Yeah.
In March.
Yeah, especially
whereas April, May, you start getting into spring break.
Especially if you're okay for the rain, like that's what it is. But like that's why I say it's a gamble. You might get rain, but then remember
they're coming all the way from Oz.
Yeah, we're kind of like a desert. If I was really wanting like. Wait, is the volume low? Okay, I don't know. I think you should take our mic out because something's not right with that thing. So, hold on. We're going to pop the mic out. Now tell me how the sound is. Give me a little... The volume's fine. I don't know. If some people are having it kind of low, I don't want it to be... That's crisp. So much better. Yeah, that's what I thought from...
All right.
Wait. Let's just hear it. Who's always right?
I mean, we don't know for sure. We haven't checked.
Look at how many comments of people saying. What are they saying? It's better. We need a barbecue report and Tahoe ski report too. Better volume now.
Okay.
Yeah. Here, you can hold that because
She wants me to hold it so that I can see.
No, because I don't need it.
I know you too well. Okay. It's okay, babe. I know you too well.
That's true though. I do want you to see.
She wants me to see it.
I do. I need to gloat a little bit. It makes me feel better. However, for real though, I'm just saying I can see these better.
Cool. Then I will take this, and if you take it from me at any time.
I'm just saying I can see it better. You guys, look what I found when I pulled out our Halloween stuff.
That's a good one.
Yeah, this was from, I think, 2020, I think? Or 2019. But it's our little Mickey.
Fairy Dust says, it's been a long while. Haven't seen you guys are in another home. Yes, we moved a while ago now. I want to say 6 months ago.
Has it been 6 months? It might have
been. I feel like it's been about 6 months.
Does anybody know when we moved? Because I don't remember.
I don't know when the last time that you saw us, Fairy Dust.
Yeah. Oh my, yeah.
In the last couple of years, we've moved quite a bit, and we've still retained Malibu, so that's been the constant. even though
Yeah.
we're never there.
Since I know we're not there. But you know what's been happening a lot lately, though? It's either the weather, we've gotten just busy. I think when you
Yeah,
get
it just is. You go through rhythms where,
the house is so demanding too.
yeah,
Very demanding.
well, it is, and there's a lot going on down here, and so when we can get out there, it's almost like when we go to that part of town in Malibu, it's like we kind of are getting away, and we're kind of like detached, and it's kind of like it's almost like going on a mini vacation,
Yeah,
a little bit,
I would agree.
and that was kind of always the thing with that place was that even when I lived there full time or we lived there full time, my mantra was always like, you should live like you're on vacation. So when you're home from work, you're on vacation just naturally. And so
Yeah.
that place kind of has that vibe, you know?
I agree.
So,
But yeah, so the thing is we're just constantly, like I said, we're just busy down here. I've been with my family a lot lately, so I think that's one thing. Yeah, by the way, this is the
the new Coke
Oreo
flavor.
Coke. If you watched our Target vlog, you saw when I bought these. I really like the Coke Zero one. I mean, not that I've tried the other one. I don't drink regular Coke in general, but
Yeah.
I love this. I like Starlight way better. Like that is 10 out of 10. This is like 8 out of 10, but it's
So
still
out of
good.
all of the remixed Cokes, I call them remixes.
Okay.
You like Starlight the best?
Starlight the best.
That was the
And I
winner?
still have.
Is that the one that was like cotton candy?
Yes. I still have.
Okay, what was the worst though?
Oof, I don't know. Was it the peach one?
I think it was the last one was the worst.
What was that one again? Who remembers what the latest one
We
was?
conveniently forgot because it was so terrible.
Ugh, not good.
What was that thing?
I don't remember.
Anyways,
When are you going back to Walt Disney World? Honestly, I have zero plans to go there soon. The value is just not great. I mean,
there's no plans in the
Yeah.
in the near future.
there's so many other things I want to do.
Yeah, we're just looking at other options just because we've been there so much.
And listen, house stuff is like literally top priority. So like if we can fit vacays in, like that's cool. But
we love it out there. Trust me.
yeah,
It's just that I feel like we consumed a lot of it in a very short period of time to where it was like, okay, I'm good. You know.
and the value's not great. Like
Yeah.
I feel like I'd rather spend my money doing something else.
It's
I'm not saying we won't go back, but it's not on the top of my list.
It's like a subjective value. At this,
Yeah, for
at
me, yeah.
At this time, we just want to kind of, experience other stuff, and we love it. Trust me, it's really fun out there. It's just there's a bunch of other stuff we want to do, so it's like, what do you do?
I also think things keep getting taken away there. It's like, there was just like you can't even go to Animal Kingdom at night. Like
That's a bummer because the Avatar thing is so beautiful at night.
Yeah, the bioluminescence.
It's like no other theme park I've ever seen. It's unreal.
Yeah, and I wanted to like experience the old like Magic Express. Like there's a lot that like they just they kind of do it here too. They kind of take it away. So
Dawn is going in 3 weeks. Hope hurricanes don't make it bad for you.
You got this.
I think it'll be good.
We will send out good vibes your way.
Even if it's hot, I still feel like you kind of put it aside because you're like, dude, I'm in Walt Disney World. I'm in Epcot. You know, like we've been in Epcot in some really heavy duty weather conditions, whether it be super hot, super rainy, and you're kind of like you're just stoked to be in Epcot. So
yeah, it's a good time. Hey, is that Keith in there from Canada? Keith and Caitlin, when's Vegas?
Are you serious?
Planned. Yeah, it's being planned. Dude. I still rewatch your original Walt Disney World. Wow, that's crazy. That feels like a lifetime ago. Like, that genuinely feels like a lifetime ago. I don't even like...
Jersey Johnny wants to know what the weather's like in October.
Here?
Johnny, it could be like kind of windy and pleasant and kind of in the 70s and 80s, or we could get heat waves.
Yeah.
It does happen here. It just depends. Right
There's
now, like today,
it's been hot.
It's kind of a classic Southern California fall day where it was windy and cool. It didn't get above 80, I don't think. It was just kind of breezy and nice.
Yeah, it was 70. It was like 75.
And you got to put on a sweatshirt tonight. It's nice, So you get that, or you get heat waves. It's
did you get your Disney plaques put up in the new house? No, we have not. The amount of stuff we have not put up in this house as far as decor goes, it's truly an abomination.
You know what I wanted to do, Matt, was because we have all of that, we have a lot of stuff. I don't know if you guys have seen online how people like map out how they're going to put stuff on a wall.
Yeah, that
and
was
they
what
literally
you, yeah.
like they cut out pieces of like paper, the shape of everything, and they put it all up on the wall to see like, okay, here's the configuration. That's where I'm at.
Well, you know what's crazy though is we just haven't had enough time. Like, I don't know
Well, we
what is
get.
going on, but we've been so busy. And then when we're not busy, which is rare, we are like
I think
zoned
here's.
out,
I think I know
relaxing.
what it is. Here's what it is. Having like a whole place,
Yeah.
it's endless, and I've been told this by multiple people who are more experienced in this venture, and have said it'll never end as far as like stuff that you want to do
Mm-hmm.
or improve or add to or just
Right.
mess with because you have it.
This is
And that's
the
the fun part,
yeah, yeah, that's
right?
like, yeah.
So I think it's just overwhelming that that's an endless thing that we haven't really come to terms with the fact that it's endless and we need to just chill and just be like accept it because
Well, I
do you know
mean,
what I
we
mean?
kind of have, but the thing is that
And
I
things
feel
just take
like,
time.
but I think that is, while I get that, that's for like improvements in projects, whereas like we haven't even done the basics, like
No, but
half of it,
all
like
of it though. I'm saying all of it
if at all, yeah, I guess.
because you still have to maintain a normal life
Life,
of
yeah.
working and doing what you normally do. And then if you have a couple hours here, a couple hours there,
We try.
you can it's
Yeah.
literally that's the
I think
area
we,
that you can.
I think we talked about it in our last one. Is like we still cannot find the perfect piece to go over the couch. Like we still
Oh
have,
yeah,
we
well I
have
mean,
not figured it out. We've gotten close with two things, but then
but
we
we've
go,
also not put any time into it because as I kind of just said, it's like you have just a small window of time, and so what gets put in that window, and this goes for anybody in any job who does anything, your free time, your disposable time
yeah,
is finite.
right.
Therefore, what takes up that space? Have we sat and thought about what goes over the couch? Not once. I haven't.
Are you kidding me? We had
No, I'm talking about like in
oh
recent
oh. I
times.
was like, what?
No, we're
Yeah.
just busy doing other stuff. And,
Yeah.
you know, so.
But we did have one or two things that we were really close to putting up there, and then they just didn't make the cut.
Right.
They just did not make
Oh,
the cut.
you never saw the new fridge, Jessica says. Well, we got it. And it's phenomenal. It's great.
You're
and,
right, because by the time, and now that I think about it, the last time we shot in the kitchen, we didn't, oh my gosh, it's been that long. Ooh, I'm kind of disappointed.
Good reminder, Jessica. So
sorry.
We have moved the other fridge.
No, we got a new one.
Okay, so
yeah, our fridge.
But essentially, it is the other fridge because the other fridge got replaced because it was damaged, and under the insurance, it got replaced. So we ended up with another fridge, but those processes take so long that you end up having to front to get a new one prior to the insurance thing paying out. I'm sure all of you know that. It's standard stuff.
By the time they replaced it, it had been like over a month, I think it was. Like, or maybe a month. I don't know.
So we had to kind of, you know, chip up and front to get the new one. And in the meantime, they give us another one for our troubles because obviously the other one was like a total, like a you know, like a carving
it couldn't
total.
have been. Yeah, it was.
They
like
couldn't fix it, and we knew that. And so we now have a really nice garagerator.
Yeah, our garagerator is amazing.
Brand new fridge in the garage and a brand new fridge in the house, and it's kind of weird.
And you want to know what's really funny? Here's the kicker here.
Yeah.
We have refrigerator bad luck normally.
Not anymore.
Because we still do. When we were in Tahoe, you want to know the one thing that could not get fixed the entire time we were in there? The refrigerator. Like, and then it finally worked on our last day there when we like had to leave. So I thought that was really funny. I was like, dude, we have like the worst refrigerator luck ever. Like, ever.
I mean,
how did that happen?
That one could almost be a coincidence, but if there's one more, then I would go, okay, it's a pattern.
I feel like there was another time, though. I can't remember, but I feel like there was something else. But I don't remember what it was. So I have no idea.
Let's see. Michelle says, "Hi, so happy to see you guys live again." Thank you. Yeah.
Wait, one thing on this button. Okay, sorry. My bad. I thought something was on my phone.
Brenda, that's true. Never-ending house projects. Yep. I mean, to me, that's the fun of it.
I haven't even finished doing like the dining room. It was just so much.
Yeah.
Where are you guys going next? I'm not sure. We haven't really, like, we definitely have a Vegas trip planned.
Yeah.
as far like, well, it's kind of loosely planned. We're not like set into the dates.
That's how those are, though.
Yeah.
It's such a close hop that we can just go, hey, you want to go next week? You want to go tomorrow? You want to?
Well, I guess we have 2 planned because we have one with friends that we're gonna do.
Yeah.
But then there's one that's like, I think we might try to go for the implosion of the Tropicana. Not 100% sure. That's the only one that we're kind of on.
Yeah.
Will you do museums in Vegas? No, only because those are A, either not supposed to be filmed, or B, then like I think because they don't want you to film there, it's then nobody will go, I guess. Like that's their
they don't want
theory.
you to just kind of consume it virtually and then not go to their establishment.
Like I think that was a reason we were so hesitant and never put it out, the Walt Disney Family Museum. If you buy a new fridge, steer clear of Samsung. We did not get a Samsung.
We did not.
Thankfully.
We don't use their phones and we don't use their refrigerators.
Yeah, nothing against them. They're just not our jam.
Yeah.
Like not at all. So we didn't.
If Apple made a fridge, I'd probably get it.
Yeah.
Imagine if it had a touchscreen in the front.
Yeah. Are you guys excited for Tiana's Bayou Adventure? I'm kind of meh about it. I'm like,
yeah, we are.
Because it's the same.
You know what? We're excited that part of the park is going to get reopened for everybody.
Exactly.
And I know that attraction, that ride system is, a lot of people love that. The big drop and the.
It's a log ride that's fun. Like it's
amazing.
A fun log ride.
Yeah.
Right?
So to get it back online is great because to me, at the heart of it, it's a really fun ride. Mm-hmm. And the theming just adds to it.
I think like how can you not?
Yeah.
Like I'm kind of meh about it where I'm not like counting the minutes, like where there's certain other attractions that I was like, oh yay, I don't feel it about that, but I'm also stoked to have it reopened.
Yeah.
I'm stoked for that whole area to be like flowing and vibrant and happy again. And then I'm excited just to like kind of hear the fun of that attraction, because I always liked when I went over by Splash Mountain and you'd hear how do you do, you know what I'm saying? So
you could hear the music, and then you could hear when the log comes out of the tunnel before it drops,
yeah,
you hear that sound, and then you hear and you can hear that like all the way across rivers of America.
By the way, thank you, Jessica, for the super chat. Really appreciate that.
If I can call you Jess.
Thank you. Be Yourself Adventures. Thank you as well. Hi, it's Larry. It's been a long time. Well,
Larry.
Thank you.
Thanks, bud.
Thank you, guys. Guys, what is the name of the restaurant in Pirates? Blue Bayou.
The Blue Bayou.
And it's so good. Like
Linda Ronstadt song.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard that song?
No.
Sometimes.
I didn't know.
Sometimes, you guys. I just.
Sorry about it. We are hoping to head over to Disneyland for the 70th. Oh, that'll be great. I hope it's as good as the 60th was. I just want to say I appreciate your guys' honest opinions about being real. I didn't read the rest of that. Real and true to yourselves. It's so refreshing. Thank you. I feel like that's really been a hot thing lately of not just being toxic positivity and loving everything.
Right.
Like, we're not going to bag on everything. There's no way we'll just sit there and go, well, this sucks. Or like, if we don't like something, continue down that road. We were talking to somebody we met today.
Yeah.
Another vlogger, a live streamer today.
Yeah, Pops.
Yes.
Pops Disneyland Adventures.
Yes, shout out to him. We met him today.
I've met Pops before. You met him today.
I didn't until today. But we were talking about that, where it's nice to be able to be honest about your opinion and have different like thoughts and feelings about things, and at the same time, you're not sitting there like bagging on something, but it's nice to be appreciated to say, I don't really care for that. It's not my favorite, or I don't like that. And you can be your authentic self, and we appreciate that.
Yeah. Well, and I was kind of even saying, like, I always thought that was the idea of like kind of the DIY social media was like, oh, we're getting an opinion from people who are there consuming it and have lived the experience, and they're telling us about it, as opposed to the company going, hey, this experience is really great. You're going to want to, check it out. So that's what we were kind of talking about. So,
yeah, and it was a good conversation. But yeah, it was nice to meet him today. And I think he does live streams with his wife around Disneyland. Yeah. So if you like to watch live streams around Disneyland, check out their channel.
For people who've been going to the park for 45 years, he was saying.
Yeah, got me beat.
Yep.
Spencer, you may call me Jess. Thank you.
Thanks,
Jessica.
Jess.
And Jennifer sends $5. I've been following you guys for a while, and I love your guys' vibe. You guys make my day. I hope to meet you guys soon.
Thank you, Jennifer.
Well, thank you. We really appreciate that.
We hope to meet you soon as well.
I know. We've been meeting so many people, by the way, and it's been absolutely awesome. Thoughts on renewal of Inspire Key? We renewed our keys, and we're happy about it. The one thing, though, that I had to say, I had to say, and I think we talked about in our video we filmed today, was like, yeah, we renewed, and then the availability of the Inspire Key today, or the last couple of days, and I think it's just the weather got better. I think gay days were going on. I think it was just a
what happened?
Busy time. There's no availability, hardly any. So I kind of think it's pretty bad. But
You're talking about reservations. I thought you meant keys.
Yeah, magic keys. Because reservations for the magic keys, there was nothing left. TC says, I knew you were going to renew. I feel like so many people were like, there's no way you guys would.
TC, you know us too well.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
I wish they'd get rid of the resis. Me too.
Yeah. Because the reality is, and I'll say it once for this live stream, there's no benefit to the consumer. It's all for them. And so if you're cool with that, some people are cool with that. Some people are like, I don't care.
Yeah.
I want them to have the data. Okay, cool. I don't care if they have the data. I just don't like to be inconvenienced in the process of them getting their data. I'd be happy to give them all the data they want if they take the reservations away.
Yeah.
That's
a good way of putting it.
You want my where I'm from, how much I visit the park, my age, all that stuff. I'm happy to give that to you, but can we just do away with the reservations, dude?
Yeah. Will you guys go live on Mondays? We're not going to stick to a date right now. We're going to try to do what we can. And
yeah, it's weird. We're kind of dipping our toe back in the water of this. So if we're being completely honest, you know what I mean? So I don't know. It's just, this is what it is. I mean, it may not ever happen again. You never know.
Yeah.
Katie might wake up tomorrow and go, I'm never doing this again. And what am I going to say? No, I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding.
Are there any cooking vlogs in the future? Honestly, I think we touched on this on our last live. It was so much to film that. And it's not that we're lazy, but it's that we're like, oh my gosh, that was just a lot. So if I can find a better way to do it, I'll try. I don't want to promise you something and then not deliver. I've done that in the past where I commit to it and I'm like, yeah, we're going to do it. And then I always thought that was the better mindset to do. But then I realized when you don't deliver, it kind of sucks. So we'll try. I can promise you, if we find a better way to do it and more time and whatnot, we will definitely try. Your house looks so good. Thank you. I really appreciate that because I think we were talking about it a little while earlier. I really feel like I just haven't even gotten to do so many of the basic things because we've been so busy. And then when we're not busy, we're relaxing and enjoying the heck out of this house.
Well, I think that's the idea. I think if we didn't do that, then what's the point of constantly preparing? It's funny. It's an analogy that when I was a kid, I had Matchbox cars, and you either had Matchbox or you had Hot Wheels, but same type of thing.
My brother had Hot Wheels, I think.
Me and my friends would take all of our cars. We had a case with all our cars in it. We'd take it out into the dirt. I lived in the hills, so we were able to go, right next to the house and make little tracks and, all this stuff. We'd be building the thing the entire time. That was the fun.
That's what we did with Barbies.
And
That's so funny.
We never actually played in it. It was more like we're going to build the roads and the ramps and the garage and the tunnels.
I am cracking up because that's what we would do with Barbies. Is we would set up our little houses. We would put their outfits on, brush their hair, do all that,
so that's
set
my
up their backstory.
But
then but that's actually really, you're so smart. Oh my gosh.
Well, or
genius.
Just typical kid. I'm sure we all did that.
Yeah, I bet you we did. Did anybody else do that? I'm very curious. Barbie RV. Hey, I loved having Barbie stuff. I'm telling you, Barbies were the best. Truly, the best. Loved it. Let me see. Hello. Come see the Padres at San Diego. I know we got to get back to San Diego. How about doing some restaurant reviews? We're going to bring some more of those back. I feel like a lot of you guys really enjoyed that. Are you excited to be decorating your holidays? So excited. We started. If you watched our latest, what was that vlog? It was Spend the Day with Us. We
Yeah.
got some Halloween decorations, and did I even put all of them up? No. I have some up there, like the beginning stages of it.
You got to feather it in because it is September.
So, listen, after my birthday on August 19th, it's fair game in my opinion. Sorry. We set it up and never actually played. So see, other people did the same thing. We weren't alone in that.
Yeah. I mean, look,
You know.
I'm not saying that was the fun of it, was building the things, and in your brain you're thinking of all this stuff. That's a really cool development type of thing that you're doing. It's not like you're failing. It's just that funny when you look back, you're like, we never actually like
it is funny when you
drove
look
the
back.
cars on the roads. We made the roads perfect and parked the cars there and stuff. Then it would get dark and your mom was calling you for dinner, and then that was over.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
When you think about it, like I guess that's how it goes. I'm going to Disneyland in November. How can I expect for the weather of the Festival of Holidays? I think it usually gets pretty cold, but again, it's
the Festival of Holidays.
Sounds fun. The only thing is, though, it's kind of like October, where out of nowhere it could be hot, because the first day of the holiday season maybe it was 2018 or 2019.
It's like super hot.
It was boiling. That's why one of my initial complaints about Tiana's Bayou Adventure opening in November in California, I was like, it can be very cold, but it can also be very hot.
I have a prediction, and it's based purely on the fact that they're opening a water ride. I feel like
the way our luck
we're going to have a cold day. I think we're going to have either the beginning of a cold snap or the end of a cold snap, and then maybe the following day or the next day it's going to warm up to be kind of normal. But I feel like we're going to get like either rain or like and I'm not saying that like to
be a downer.
No, not at all. I'm saying
the way our luck is set up.
I want to ride the darn thing on the opening day, and I don't want to have to freeze, because I feel like that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I feel like that's my destiny, is to freeze on Tiana's on opening day.
Yeah. I think that's all of our destinies. Everybody doing that.
And hey, I could be wrong, so I'm kind of saying it.
No, maybe that's good. You're challenging the universe.
I am challenging the universe, because if I say it, the universe is like, oh.
Yeah.
So
I hope that answers your question.
I have no idea what I'm talking about.
I hope that answers your question. Be prepared for some cold, but also be prepared for some hot. I feel like it's generally cooler, but it also has this capability of being like hot. Yeah. So, I mean, Victor's in here. Victor, do you remember it was like one of our last times we used to do pajama day?
We stopped doing it because it just consistently was hot. Yeah.
Every time we did it.
Every time it was the beginning of the...
But in the past when I would do it, it was never that hot. So
we have
I was
a great
like...
picture of us with Victor in our
PJs.
Onesies over at Zocalo.
Yeah, and it was 100 degrees.
Yeah, we're trying to be like, yeah, Christmas, and like it's just like
it was
sweat's
boiling.
like pouring down your face, and you're trying to wipe it off.
Maybe we're gonna have to make pajama day a different day. But it's like, I hated it because that was my little tradition. It was so much fun.
It was a good thing. And then we would see people that would play along, and they'd be like, hey, look.
It was fun.
Like there'd be a family all in their pajamas. And
that was cool.
You know,
but maybe we'll do it again when it's not as cold. Maybe pajama day needs to be in January.
Maybe it needs to be like
day. No, it made sense. You got a green fluffy right here.
Well.
What is that from? What do I have?
We're talking about Christmas. That's what happens.
You just start mulching green fluff. It was like, no, this is from something.
Well,
what did I do?
Oh, it's probably the...
it's the boa. The hat, where I had it, I stuck my little Mardi Gras boa.
Oh, it's one of those. I thought...
It's one of those feathers.
Oh, my gosh.
Wait, look, we're going to Forrest Gump it. Make a wish.
Oh, wow. It did Forrest Gump for a minute.
Yeah. Wait, no, that was Jurassic Park. I just started
you did it. I don't think anybody really could hum the Forrest Gump song. It's like...
No, wait. How does it go in the beginning? I can hear it in my head. It's like... I can't do it. Help me here.
I don't know it.
Yes, you do.
No,
it's like... Ching, and there's a feather. You know what I'm saying. No. I can't remember it right now. You guys, I will get it. I swear. You know, we're just going to say it's Jurassic Park.
No. Probably just move on from that, because you're not gonna.
What is the freaking song? I can hear. I watched it the other night. I'm sorry. Oh, we bought Knott's annual passes. What a deal! Oh my gosh, Knott's value is
it is a good deal.
Insane.
It is a good deal.
It is insane. Like,
we just don't get over there enough, and I think maybe.
And we don't do 90% of the rides.
I know, but I think it. You know. Probably if we went over there just on more of off days. We always tend to go when there's all these things happening.
I think also too we don't want to be theme park vloggers.
No,
like,
we don't.
So I think that was like a major reason we didn't go. And it's not that like there's nothing against it. It's just we started. I think we've talked. Oh, a little fluffy. I think yeah.
Here's what it is, and like the idea of that, like not that theme park vlogging didn't exist, and we weren't kind of doing that in a sense. I think what it's turned into in the last couple of years, where it's evolved into like if you're a theme park vlogger from Southern California, then you do, you know, the 3 main parks, right? Or 4. You do Six Flags, Universal, Knott's, and Disneyland.
Yeah, and some people just do Knott's, Universal, and Disney.
That wasn't a thing.
Yeah, originally. The only person who I saw doing that was Dylan. Yeah. Like Dylan has been. Again, but who's to say I knew everything that was going on?
It's not to throw anything at anyone. It's just saying that like that's cool and that's what's going on and that's like the kind of the what's happening, right, with the theme park thing. We just never really wanted to be that. We just were doing our thing in the theme park and it kind of and then all that stuff kind of just happened, you know.
Dude, I hit my knee so bad when I was trying to pick it up from under the table. Like it probably shook the camera really hard, but now it hurts. But yeah, so that's why we're just
I don't even think, you know, there's some people that I would dare say that would also say the same thing, you know, big time people that would say, yeah, I wouldn't consider myself a theme park vlogger because I do other things. I travel the country, I go to other places and I do things and I don't think they would want to be pigeonholed as that or see themselves as that. I don't, sometimes people don't care about being pigeonholed. Who cares what people think about you? Yeah. It's just that like, what you're trying to put out there is not that.
I just don't want, I just don't want to.
It's just not our thing, that's all.
It ain't our thing. And we did fall into that though. I think we talked about that on one of our Donut Thursday videos. Yeah. Like, we kind of started to fall into that. But again, the friends we were hanging out with at the time, it's just, that's how it was. Like, that's life. Let me see. Knott's Taffy, love it. We haven't been to Dollywood, but I want to just go.
That'd be cool.
See other theme parks or other things and attractions and just whatever around the world. I think like most, I'd say 99% of Americans. Theme parks are a part of it.
Like we like going to theme parks. We also like going to tourist attractions. We like going to hotels, and then we like going to like
cool restaurants,
nature, and all those types of things too. So
there's a lot of national parks I want to see. Like I want to see national parks more than I want to see some theme parks. But again, I want to see them. Jackie, it was so good to meet you guys. I hope you had a wonderful anniversary, you and your husband. Going to LA for a day trip soon. Ooh, is 5 to 6 hours enough at Universal? How are their wait times compared to Disneyland? I would say check out Dylan's channel, Theme Park Obsession, and you'll get every piece of Universal information you could ever want.
I will say 5 to 6 hours, it's going to be tough.
Yeah.
But what you could do is do the tram tour. And then maybe you could do a couple other things, you know, like check out Harry Potter and then Secret Life of Pets and walk around and you could, you know.
But I feel like I think that's a good point Spence made is like the tram tour can definitely
make sure you do the tram tour.
Yeah.
And then maybe everything else. That's, I don't know. But again, like she said, check out Dylan. And that's what we would do.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
Yeah.
100%. Although now I'll never go back on the tram again though because all the screen stuff made me so sick. Remember, it was so hot and I got motion sickness so bad.
It's unfortunate that you know there's a lot of screen gags in the tram tour, where the tram tour used to be a lot of physical gags.
My body can't handle
Jaws
it.
Is a physical gag, you know. So
Silver Dollar City. Ooh. Would Oma go to Disneyland with you guys? No, she does not want the chaos of it. She likes it. But it's just, she's like, no, I want to go to, you know, a museum. She wants to go to a mall. She likes doing stuff like that. It's not her jam. Have you ever gotten Botox or filler? No, but I wanted to.
I don't know. What do you think?
You need it.
I don't think so.
Just kidding. I wanted to
get
it because
I'm talking to you and I'm being a real smart aleck.
I wanted to get it because I'm starting, I don't know if you can see, I'm starting to kind of get forehead lines. Do you see? But at the same time, I'm also like, I'm kind of like I'm getting older. Like I have to kind of age naturally. So I go back and forth.
Yeah.
But I don't think I'm going to. And I've never had filler. And yeah, I haven't though. Is Warner Brothers Studio worth the tours too?
Yes, absolutely. If you if you want to experience like a real kind of behind the scenes history movie lot type of thing, Warner Brothers is where you should go. Universal is more of a theme park now. It's evolved into that, and they dabble in that stuff, and it's very cool. That tour's awesome, especially if they take you through Courthouse Square, where Back to the Future was filmed, Jaws, all that stuff. The Psycho House. It's stuff that you can connect with. But Warner Brothers is really cool. Like if I had to choose, and you're really into the movies and stuff, I would do the Warner Brothers. Just because it's a more of a working lot than Universal is. It's a working lot at Universal, but Warner Brothers is like really a working lot. So
I would say,
and it's my favorite lot.
yeah,
and I've worked every lot in town.
Every time you've worked at Warner Brothers, you tend to get like
Conan. Oh man, we had so good.
It seemed very busy to me this trip. Listen, Disney is packed right now, and again, I think it's because post heat wave, that heat wave was so gnarly. So I think a lot of people rescheduled their trips. And then again, we had Gay Days this weekend.
Yeah.
And that draws a massive crowd. I'm actually slightly bummed that we couldn't go down there and wear our red shirts.
Did you see the picture in front of the castle?
I did. It was awesome.
Massive.
Yeah, it was awesome. So
sea of red.
It was really cool. It was really cool to see.
I see what you did there.
Oh. Wow. Guys.
Seeing as this joke has run its course.
What? That didn't even make sense.
Seeing that this joke has run its course.
Yeah, but okay. Never mind. I thought...
Seeing that this joke has run aground. See, ship running aground.
Oh, got it.
I'm trying.
I got it. The flood of red was so cool, but it was so busy. Yeah.
I bet.
Oogie Boogie was bad. Have you seen the Beetlejuice movie? No, we haven't even seen, guys.
Is it good?
I think it's good. I've heard it's good.
I think it's good.
I'm saying I think it's good because it's got the majority of good reviews. That's what I mean.
Okay.
You're like, you haven't even seen it. No.
I was asking them, but...
Oh, I get it. Sorry.
This one.
We haven't even seen Deadpool versus Wolverine. Put it that way. We just don't go to the movies as much anymore.
Great to see you, Matt. Are you taking off?
Spence, when are the studios going back to work? I'm tired of sitting home.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. The television thing is kind of in not the best state. You know what I mean? I think the Netflix model kind of not so much. It's I say the Netflix model. It's not their fault. It's just that the new model of that type of content, the episodic streaming platforms. Yeah. It's changed how everything works. Mm-hmm. So the way production is for somebody like myself and people who are in kind of my genre of live television and then variety also and game and talk, it's just kind of different. It's just there's not much of it. And what is there is it's kind of slim pickings since 2020. And so, yeah, I mean, it is what it is. There's just not much going on. I can definitely say that. I used to think it was a recession-proof industry, and maybe there's parts of it that are, like the news or something like that. But, man.
It depends. It seems like they always do those award shows, and you swore those off.
Yeah, award shows are, I didn't like doing them.
Yeah.
But what's interesting is, have you guys seen that they're re-releasing movies? Because there's no movies, because there was a lack of production from the situation and the strike.
And COVID.
So we went and saw Close Encounters of the Third Kind, which you had never seen, which was rad to see that on a big screen. And I just saw that Whiplash is coming out in, I think, September 20th or something like that, which is
cool.
Literally...
You've only seen that 1,000 times.
1,000. I have the DVD, the screener. I screened it, DGA screenings so many times. I saw that movie. It's like one of my favorite movies of all time.
Yeah.
Damien Chazelle, the director, and
It's funny, you and somebody I was also very close to. It was like your favorite movie.
Just so good.
So nice meeting you both earlier today. So great to meet you.
Yes.
Are you guys ever going to get another dog? That comes up a lot for us. Like, we want another dog, but I think if circumstances just were right and it happened, it would happen.
Right.
We're a little more open to it now. As at first we were like, no, because we're traveling so much, but like, I think now that we got the house, we're not traveling as much. We're kind of really just enjoying our lives, and we're here a lot more because of our family. I've been with Kaylee a lot more, my niece. Um, and then I've been helping my grandma a lot. So I kind of think I'm a little more open to it. I think you are too. So we'll see. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Which Disney park that you haven't been to yet is your dream trip to go to? Not really. Like, it used to be kind of like Tokyo and all that, but it's not really, it's not something I'm like really dreaming about anymore. Like, I think I just changed as a human, and so there's not really any parks that I'm like currently dreaming of going to, and I don't really have the will to go travel for the other Disney parks. But if I maybe had to pick one, maybe like Shanghai or Tokyo, maybe.
Well, I think it's interesting is what you're saying is like it goes back to before 2020 how we felt about the Disney thing in general. We were hardcore, and I think still are at the core Disneyland people. I always was. You guys know the difference. There's Disney people, and then there's Disneyland people. There's Disney World people. Like I'm specifically a Disneyland.
Well, then there's Disney theme park people.
Right.
You know, and there's some people that consume all of it.
But I know you're like this. I'm Disneyland.
Yeah.
Because it goes back to my growing up and going there and it having a big impression on my life since I was, I don't know, since 72, 73, I think was the first time I'd gone there. So that's why I think we've gone back to that of like, we went to Walt Disney World because there was nothing else going on and we had a blast and we loved it. And it was like, thank goodness for that, you know? And I think it was a perfect time for us to go because of that. I don't know. We probably would have procrastinated and not gone.
Yeah.
Because we had talked about it. We're like, yeah, that's cool, but
it's not like it wasn't a big
because we knew a ton of people from out there even
I
before
think
we went there. And
for me, it kind of was a little bit more than it was for you.
Yeah.
Only because I had seen Full House and I had seen Boy Meets World. So I kind of had that little dream of like kind of seeing that.
Well, I dreamed about Epcot because
that's what it was. Yeah, it was more
I knew about Epcot because I was really into that.
And seeing a different Disney castle was really magical for me. Like that was great. But I also knew
the monorails, all that.
Yeah, and then we fell in love with it, and then things were so bad at Disneyland, so we got annual passes, and we were stoked for that for a while.
Yeah.
But again, it's like ever since, I don't know, like once we didn't renew our passes there, we started going like other Disney parks. It's cool. It's not like it's a bad thing, but it's like
we went a lot. To be fair,
would I rather go to a rad national park in Wyoming? Or would I rather go to Walt Disney World or Disneyland Paris? No, if I was going to go to Europe, Disneyland Paris would be like down here versus like going to Belgium, going to, you know, the Swiss Alps. Like I want to see all those things way more than I want to see Disneyland Paris. And again, no offense to it. It's just, that's how I feel.
Those are also things that have inspired Disneyland. Like, you know, Matterhorn, Third Man on the Mountain.
And it's just how I feel. Like, straight up, I can't.
Nothing wrong with that.
You know, how have your flowers been since the heat wave? Oh, some of them, like, took a beating, but then they are back and they're happy. The only thing I think is our plumeria, the Enigma plumeria. Yeah. He got a little hot, even though we watered him. But you can't overwater plumerias. Yeah, it's a tricky thing.
It's a tough thing. Even the roses during the heat wave, I watered the roses daily during the heat wave. And normally I don't water roses like daily. Yeah. Because they don't need that much.
But man, did it get hot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, are you guys going? Oh, wait, we got that. Sorry. Have you been on the refurbed Warner Ranch?
No, I heard about that. I heard that they were going to build studios over there. So originally, this is what I heard. Correct me if I'm wrong. That they sold the Warner Ranch, where all the exterior streets where I've shot there a few times. The Lethal Weapon house, the Christmas Vacation house, the Friends fountain was there, the opening, all that stuff. They've shot so much there. It's little neighborhoods, little curvy streets. So they sold it, and they were going to turn it into like housing, I heard, like condos or whatever.
Wow.
Then now I heard that Warner Brothers leased it back from whoever bought it and wants to put stages there. So it's like, I don't understand what's going on. I think that's what's going on.
Went to South Lake Tahoe last week, ate at base camp, and thought of you guys. Oh, I crave that pizza. Can you just
I can taste it
bring
right
back
now.
a pizza? I don't even care if it's 2 weeks
And
old.
there's always somebody like playing cool acoustic guitar riffs that feel perfectly appropriate for where you are.
Yeah, it's so good.
It's just, I don't know.
So good. Has the Epic Universe been brought up? No, it hasn't. Are you talking about like the chat in here? Or are you talking about between us, like if we're gonna try to go when it opens? Let me know so I can answer your question.
I can say that we talk about it a lot with Dylan.
Yeah.
Dylan's really excited about it. We're excited about it too. But I can tell you that Dylan does a lot of updates on it. So if you really want to dive in,
yeah,
definitely refer to his channel about that. It's, going back to us being Disneyland people, I think what it does is it lights a fire and it ups the ante and it sets a bar higher so that, the other parks, Disney and they have to catch up and they have to, a barometer's been set. So I think that's what's going to happen with that.
Yep. I completely agree.
I don't know if we're going to go to that. We haven't talked about it's to us, it's kind of far away. And so we'll see. I mean, at some point it'd be cool to check it out.
Yeah, it'd be cool to check it out for sure.
As far as opportunities to get to go and all that stuff, who knows?
Yeah.
So
because I don't know what's going to be going on at that time. And then the other thing is it like top of our list of things we want to do? No, there's a few other things, but it's still something I would love to see. I feel like it's going to be great. Like it's a brand new theme park. Like that's great.
Yeah, that's kind of
that's
legendary.
so cool with all the new technology and all the things.
Yeah, it's worth a check. Come on.
Sure. I feel like anybody with a pulse would want to see that, right?
Yeah.
Let me go. Let's see here. Shake Shack videos finally went for the first time. Their burgers are delicious. That's awesome.
Ooh,
My mom and I loved meeting you guys outside of World of Disney. It was so great to meet you guys.
Yes.
Katie, how do you deal with your migraines? Honestly, I shut down. I take 4 Advil.
But what was that trick that I found that worked?
Oh, the hot water. My heating pad, if I can't do that, or if not, you put your feet or your body in hot water and it helps like immensely.
It's crazy. Something about the nerve endings. I saw it online and soak your feet in hot water when you have a migraine and it apparently works.
Yeah. What's the temp now here? It's like...
Probably 68.
Oh, I think it's way lower than that. It was so cold. Hold on. Let me see here.
66 maybe.
And cloudy. Let's see... All right, final bet.
I'm leaving it where I was.
It is 63.
Oh, okay.
It's freezing. So basically, it's going to snow.
It's 5 degrees.
It's that cold. It's going to snow. That's what that basically means. Listen.
This is what I have to deal with.
That's what it is. What you write. Are you talking about, like, graffiti? Is that what you're asking, Hugo? Because I don't do graffiti. I think you're talking to him and he's still not answering.
It sounds like that. I don't know if that's what they're asking.
Is that what you're asking? Or are you talking about what do you write for graffiti? This is random, but did you ever notice in the theater room of Runaway Railway condiments? Yes, it's Begora. I think we put it in our... Yes, that's freezing, Chris. Yes, 63 is basically it's going to snow.
I'm sorry. Katie's views do not represent the views of Best Life and Beyond entirely.
It is
her personal opinion, as she is
anything under 60, like
she's an old lady.
Yeah,
and
70.
She needs her cardigan.
Yes, all the time. Graffiti. Okay, yeah. See, he said graph. It's all love.
Oh yeah, no. I write surf. TCF crew.
All right.
SERF.
Are you guys going to Not Scary Farm this year? Also, a side note, I stick my feet in hot water with an ice pack on my neck. See, and it helps with migraines. It really does help. Spencer, time to build a fire. I know.
It's not that cold, but I feel you.
Speak for yourself.
Oh,
I'm
boy.
freezing. Yes, we are going to go to Not Scary Farm this year. We haven't bought tickets yet. I think the opening is like coming up. What day is it today? Today's the 16th. I think it's on Friday.
I would assume it's coming up because it's kind of every, you know what I mean?
I feel like it was like the 19th or the 29th. Maybe it's the 29th. So it's a couple of Fridays from now. Does anybody know when it is? Aloha from Kauai. Yay!
Kauai.
Hold on. Does anybody know when it is? Because I don't let's see. I can't get a reservation at the Blue Bayou restaurant. Yeah. Would you be handing out candy to trick-or-treaters on? Oh, we definitely will. I think we're having a Halloween party too. So
We've hired candy handlers, and they're going to dress up and stuff, and we'll chill in the living room. And
they're gonna be whatchamacallit, they're gonna be dressed up as Best Life and Beyond.
Yes.
He said, I've seen you up in Melrose. Respect, Smoke 818ER. The 19th.
Thank you.
So
Appreciate it, man.
It is the 19th. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll go. If tickets are available, I'll think. Oh, Thursday the 19th. Why did I think Friday was the 19th? Huh. Maybe. I don't know. I'm still thinking about it. It'd be cool to go and check it out, but you know. Do you have any of your work up in the house, Spencer? Yeah, behind you.
Yeah.
Or behind us.
A little bit.
Would you ever cruise? No. Definitely not.
What does that mean?
Like go on a cruise.
See, in my day, it meant like driving around. We would do laps on Sunset Boulevard down in Hollywood and just cruise. Friday night, we just go cruise.
Yeah. No, they meant cruise on a boat.
Got it.
No. Yeah, we don't have concept of cold here. Like we don't have. I mean, he's a little bit different because he like lived and worked in like the snow mountains as a snowmaker, but not me. I have like, I'm freezing all the time. So Katie, you just said you have a list of places to visit. What are they, and will you be doing them in 24 or until 25? It kind of depends on how busy we are with family in the house. Like that comes first. We have a list of things that we want to do, but again,
they get prioritized based on time allowance,
yeah,
that type of thing, and like getting access to it, and reservations. Sometimes it's like if there's something that we really want to do, and then it like turns out that hey, there's something available, we will try to figure out how to make it happen because it's like, oh, we've been wanting to do this for so long and it's available.
So that happens, and it's just one of those things. So we'll see.
If there's a lot of stuff in Vegas like that we have like that we want to do.
Oh yeah.
But we just haven't been able to get up there, so it's like
it's hard. It's so hard, but it's okay. Like we're not rushing. Are you gonna host Thanksgiving in your house this year? Oh my gosh, yes. Yes, we even did it a little bit when we had our apartment, it was doable and it was okay, but it's so different now that I have the space that I want, and we have a little bit of a bigger family, so
2 refrigerators.
Hey!
That's going to change the whole thing up, right?
Favorite Thanksgiving dish? I think I know what Spencer's is.
I
already know it.
The string bean casserole.
No, green bean casserole. For me, it's mashed potatoes. Or stuffing. I'm between the two.
Yeah, I mean.
Also, yours would be the mac and cheese.
Yeah, but see, I don't consider that
Thanksgiving.
I mean, I do because it's part of what we do. I mean, I guess I was just thinking in terms of the traditional. Yeah, but I do. Yeah, I love I'm more of a sides. I'm a sides guy with all that stuff. Sadly,
you eat a little bit of turkey.
I do. If the gravy, we get some good gravy and stuff, and then
You eat it.
I do, yeah.
The yams and marshmallows, that I don't normally make because no one in the family ever really eats it. It's kind of a thing, like it never.
I'm more of a pie guy when it comes to.
Yeah. Hi, Amber. Hey, our baker.
Oh,
Mrs.
dang.
Amber.
There she is.
We love you. Let's see. Mine is pie because I make them. I love pie.
Yeah.
I love pie. I couldn't again, I just had no space in that apartment. So there was a lot I couldn't do. It was like, I think one year, the year that we were in Vegas, I think it was a couple days before, we had got the flat tire, and then I think we left Vegas a little bit early. I just said, forget about it to all of Thanksgiving, and I ended up just making us.
Didn't we drive home Thanksgiving Day?
I don't remember.
I think we did.
We just said forget about it.
We drove home Thanksgiving Day or the night before, sorry.
Maybe that's what it was.
Because we always drive at night.
Yeah.
We drove late, got home, woke up, slept in, and I think you made the thing. You made right?
Yeah, the mac and cheese.
Yeah.
I know we have to get to Sprinkles and try that apple pie. Listen, I'm waiting till Charlie's around because apple pie is his favorite thing. But I will, I promise. It's on our list. You doing Not Scary Farm opening night? If so, I'll be there. Theme Park Paul. I just now learned that opening night is on the 19th. So maybe if tickets are available and we're not busy, maybe I'll buy tickets. We'll see.
Yeah.
But there's no definitive plans. But if we were there, we'd love to say hi to you.
Yep.
That'd be awesome if we can make it. But I don't know. Did we have something planned? Our calendar's around here, but
I don't know.
I don't know.
That's your world.
It is. I know. It's like, what are you going to be for Halloween? I'm not revealing my costume yet because my boss would not allow that to happen. But I do have a costume.
She's not talking about me.
No, my boss is Kaylee, my niece. She assigned you a costume too.
Apparently.
Yeah. So, listen, I got to do what I got to do. I always seem to be winding down right as you guys post. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you. Did you guys ever figure out where Dylan was when you went to HHN?
I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know. Really great, though. Like, HHN was so much fun. We had such a good time.
We just have to be like,
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. What are your expectations for the 70th? Do we get anything special? My expectation, I feel bad, but I expect the 60th.
I don't. Here's why.
No.
I think they're going to wait till the 75th to do something like, you know what I mean? How there's marks. 70, I don't think 70 is enough because 75 is like...
The big one.
Isn't 75 silver anniversary?
It's platinum-y or something.
Platinum-y or something. Because I recall seeing like a Paramount 75 or something where it was like...
I know.
Someone let me know.
Yeah.
But I think they're going to treat 70 just like a little bit more.
Yeah.
But they're not going to like they're going to make plans for 75.
And I hate it because I think you're right. Like I'm annoyed how right you are. But my expectation is here. My expectation.
What do you think of all the recent earthquakes in California? Yeah, it's kind of gnarly.
But it's also kind of common. It's happened
part
before.
Of it. Yeah.
My anxiety made me do all this like earthquake research. So it says that it's like really common and it happens. So
it's Mike and Tanya from Vegas. What up, y'all?
Hey guys. Good to see you guys.
Yeah, I don't know. It is what it is. You know how many earthquakes there are in Mammoth every day? Like hundreds.
Yeah.
It's insane. So
I think we touched on the question about if we're going to be at Epic Universe for grand opening, and really we don't have any like definitive plans. If it happens to be where we have nothing going on and we feel the vibe and we decide to do it, sure, but it's not something we're like, it's not make or break for our channel. It's not gonna. It's not like our channel depends on it. So there's so many other great. Channels that'll be there.
If it's like what we said before, if for some reason we, want to go out there and we do that, and maybe we will. But there's no, like she said, there's no
set plans.
Like we're doing this no matter what kind of thing. It's like no, we're not.
Yeah.
It's not that. It's just we
see.
live here, so
yeah.
And we're not like Katie said, we're not like full blown by definition, we're not like theme park vloggers, really, by definition.
Yeah.
So
were you guys there for the 60th 24-hour day? No, I was in clinicals for nursing school, so I could not have been I couldn't.
I wanted to. I had this crazy idea of, because I thought, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna drive down there at 3 a.m. because it'll be mellow and I'll just kind of like
yeah, right.
I don't know what I thought.
That's hilarious.
But I'm glad I didn't, because I sat home and watched the live stream because they had cameras on Main Street.
That's what I tuned
They had a couple
in.
different cameras through Disneyland.
Right.
And so I was watching that, and then I had some sort of weird stomach thing. Like I had like an issue,
flu?
a stomach. No, just like a stomach thing where, like, I was in the bathroom for half the night, and had I gone to Disneyland, ooh, that would have not been good. So, anyways.
Well, also, norovirus was going around at that time, like the really bad stomach one. Like,
there you go.
And I remember I got sick with it too.
There you go.
So maybe you got it.
I'm also glad I didn't go because of the fact that like I heard what a nightmare it was and the gates were closed and people were sleeping and it was just like not what it seemed cool. Hey, I would have gladly
went
gone.
if I wasn't in nursing school stuff. Like gladly. I like the mix of different adventures. Thank you. We keep getting that a lot from people we've been talking to. It's nice because I kind of think we're just genuinely doing what we want to do. We want to be updated on Disney every week. We really do. Like, if we didn't have this channel, we would still be going to Disneyland every week. We would still be looking at the little things that we look at.
Yvette says 70th is platinum, 75 is diamond.
So maybe we'll get a 70 and a 75th?
Yeah.
Are you telling me there's a chance?
Amber says, I know someone who lives in the fog at Scary Farm, and they're ready to scare you, Katie.
Dang it.
Katie.
No.
Give me your ankle, Katie. Somebody loves Katie's ankle.
Oh, no.
It's got a hacksaw.
Oh, my gosh. I forgot all about that. I had put that out of my brain.
Katie has friends at Scary Farm that love to...
That's the thing. When I go to Knott's, I get a cardiovascular workout because I run so much.
Yeah.
Oh, no. I didn't even think about that. Maybe we won't be going to the opening night. I could put it off for a couple more weeks. I don't know. Who knows?
It's so funny. Man. I love when that happens.
Dang it.
That scare actor is amazing.
They're all so good.
Yeah.
Like, I am telling you, major kudos and shout outs to scare actors because...
In general, yeah.
So good. I respect that Disney's doing nothing right now. Yeah, I get it. Disney has not made a new roller coaster for 10 years. Can you do more cooking vlogs or lives? We'll see. I think Hopefully. I talked on this a little bit earlier. We'll see, but we will try. I definitely am going to do more Trader Joe's. I think a lot of people, the feedback I got on that was like insane. I'm going to do more like taking you into stores and like kind of doing more like Katie, my thing. So I'll definitely do more
Katie,
of that.
man on the street. You just kicked the table and shook the camera. Thank you, Katie.
Surf, have you seen the interviews on Classic Burners podcast?
Oh, yeah. Classic Burners is Skill, I believe, from UTI. It's a great, great podcast. Everybody's been on there. I think, was Chris on there? Nicer? I think he was. Anyways, yeah, it's awesome. There's so many good ones now. There's that one, and then there's what's the other one? Got No Control, I think it's called. Got No Control podcast. That's another good one. Does a lot of great interviews with the old schoolers and gets the stories. Some guys are all masked up, and some guys are showing their face, and then some guys are like, whoa, look, he's old, and so am I. So I'm not saying like, but you're just like, I haven't seen that dude since we were 14, and then there he is on a podcast, and we're in our 50s, and it's like, whoa.
Spencer, can you please dress the crow from HHN just for our enjoyment? I don't, to scare Katie.
Oh, I know, right?
I think maybe on the next D23 announcement, Tomorrowland revamp, we can only I am not holding my breath.
Yeah, we said that last time because there was no mention of it, and we said, well, the next one they're going to have to.
Do you strongly feel Disney can do better? Yes. Mm-hmm. Where's your favorite farmer's market? Honestly, Yorba Linda. Like, that's my favorite now.
My favorite farmer's market is the original farmer's market on 3rd and Fairfax.
You're so cool. That is a good one.
I'm just saying.
No, it is a good one. Spencer, I love your graffiti. Have you ever tried airbrushing? I'm an ex-graffiti artist from 87 from Spring Valley, California, and now I'm a full-time airbrush artist.
Oh, that's cool.
That is amazing.
I have not. I've always been fascinated with it.
Thank you,
we were just at the U.S. Open, and we got hats done over there at the Pacifico tent by OG Magoo, who is a graffiti artist and then has, a job and a company, I believe, doing the airbrush stuff.
How cool is that?
He works all the time. So, it's really cool because you can scale down. It's still aerosol. Instead of like going like this and moving back with your whole arm, you're just going like that and moving back, right? So it's the same thing, and you're Are you gonna try to get the new Trader Joe's mini shopping bags? No, only because they're so small and I can't really do much with them, and I have too many bags. So I appreciate how stinking cute they are, but they're not useful to me. So I would and I don't resell stuff like, people. I was, by the way, speaking of Trader Joe's, I was so close to breaking into one of those, one of the pastas.
Oh, you can enjoy them now. You're hoarding them.
Well, no, I'm very, when I know we have a finite supply, I'm like,
I can get more.
I have to wait.
For right now, eat them now while you can, because I can get more, and then we can as I know the season's winding down.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
I'm gonna get something to drink, but no.
Oh, I love this, Breck. I freaking loved Spitz. Ever since you mentioned it, it's my new must-have. That place is underrated how good it is. It is like delicious. Spencer's been getting the falafel for his protein source, but it is so delicious. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Spitz is I think I shared it on our Instagram. It's like a,
is it more Middle Eastern?
Is it Middle Eastern or Mediterranean or both? Maybe more Mediterranean, but it's delicious food. So good. And it's in Placentia. Spencer is a silly goose. Yeah, he is. He is a little bit. Maybe that's why I like geese so much.
Oh, boy.
Could be what it is. Saw some of the Disney Halloween merch you showed from World of Disney at Kohl's. Rad. That's so cool.
Is it cheaper?
Yeah.
That's the question.
That is the question. Is it cheaper?
Yeah.
I don't know. Spence, have you painted a train car?
I can neither confirm nor deny that allegation.
Hi, Cheryl. Look who's in here. Cheryl. Strolling in at almost 9 o'clock.
Typical Cheryl.
Disneyland Standard Time. I'd be munching on the teriyaki chicken from Trader Joe's. That's really good. I mean, almost everything from there is good. Yes, it's cheaper with Kohl's card and 30% off. What? I didn't know that. And are you sure it's like it can't be the exact same? Or is it? Ugh, I don't know. Spencer, Cheryl says, I love you, Spencer.
Love you, Cheryl.
Do you think the best Disney merch is outside the parks? I think it depends.
I think at times it can be. I mean, I've found things outside the park that are really cool.
That's very true.
And that are a little more simple because I like simple stuff. And sometimes the park stuff is a little busy. They
overdo it.
Yeah, like they're trying too hard because they want to charge more. So they feel like they have to.
Yeah.
Not always. It's just,
It's true. It's very true. Was there this weekend, just got back from Arizona, had the best tips and tricks from DCA and Disney. Used all of your tips and tricks that worked out great. Thank you.
Oh,
You're
good.
so welcome. Amber, I'm sad over the hype to get merch ASAP. I was wanting that striped Halloween shirt from the dress shop and they were sold out when I got there. Ew, that's so annoying. Why do they do that?
Yeah.
Do you guys ever go to Company D when they have friends and family? We did.
You have.
Yeah, we did, or I did, I should say.
Yeah.
But I feel like I finally got to the point where I'm not actively like getting new Disney merch unless I'm like in love with it. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Is the P.O. box still open? Yes. It probably did. We haven't been up there to check it in a while though, so sorry if we haven't. Can you both attempt the wave? What do you mean? Like the wave or something else? Do you like any of the new Disney Christmas merch? Kind of looks the same. I thought the same thing. I thought there were some things that were
To be fair,
cute.
I haven't. I didn't see it. I heard it
I
was an
saw a little
online
bit.
drop or something like that. But
Yeah, and I only saw like fractions of things.
did they reveal the you know how last year it was like was last year the truck and the fireplace and the flannel-y kind of vibe?
No, I think that was like 2022.
Yeah.
I don't think that was last year.
What was last year's vibe? You know how each year it's like there's like a
Oh,
a vibe.
are you thinking the one where it was like the Christmas tree farm?
Yes, and Mickey had his little flannel.
I feel like that was like 2021. Or yeah, like it was after the closure. I feel like that was
Well,
it was
what was
when they
last
had
year?
the Merriest Nights. What was last year? I don't remember. I really don't. I suck. Hi Tracy. Oh my gosh, we haven't seen you guys in a minute.
What's up, Trace?
Hope you guys are doing great. Late to the live. Katie, how many pairs of ears do you have? You know those storage bins you could get at like Target, like the ones that like snap on the top? I have like 6 of those full. Ooh, that's kind of a lot. I didn't realize.
She's probably got like a couple hundred, I would imagine.
Yeah,
Or close to it. Like somewhere like 200.
I try to get rid of them.
You know.
Do you guys ever hit creative blocks in content creation and life, and how do you guys overcome them? We do. But then I think what we do is we just go, if we weren't making content, if we didn't have the channel, what would we do today?
Right.
And then we usually take that and run with it. And we make content out of what we genuinely want to do. But there's also...
I think it's become easier in that to what you're saying, since we kind of came to the conclusion that we just don't want to do theme park stuff all the time or Disneyland stuff all the time. Do you know what I mean? It was more of like a kind of freeing to go like, hey, let's go to the beach today. Yeah. And then we'll film it.
Yeah.
Because that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
And
I would say the creative thing more comes from like, how are we going to shoot it? Maybe more. I'd say that's more where we feel that. And then it's more like, how are we going to make sure that this is like interesting? But then I think we came to the conclusion, and we're kind of really starting to accept it and feel it, where it's like, we're way making it more complicated than it needs to be, because sometimes we're like, oh man, like
there's a
they're
tendency
not gonna
to
like this.
well, there's
and
a
then
tendency
they
to
do.
overthink
Exactly
things, and it's easy to do though, because you're creating something from nothing, and you have ultimate control over its creation.
Yeah.
So therefore you try to really like finesse it, because you're like, we've done this I don't know how many videos we have, but we've done it a lot of times, to where you're like, hey, I want to try something new, or I want to try to do this better, or because we watch it objectively when we proof things. I do anyways. I step out of myself and I watch it like a viewer, and I try to kind of look at it like, oh, so.
And I think the other creative problem happens when we do Disney content, because Disney is one of those things you kind of don't have to be really creative to shoot. I'm not saying that people aren't. I got to make sure I say that. But it's, it's not something where, you know what I'm saying? Like, the content is there for you. Does that make sense?
You still have to make something of it.
Right. Like,
but
you
what
have
she's
to,
saying is, Walt Disney created that place to be like a movie set. So therefore you have a movie set at your disposal.
Thank you.
To shoot at.
Yeah.
You still have to do, you can't just have a movie set and expect it to
to do something. Yeah.
I always view a movie set a lot of times as like a character in the thing. And therefore at Disney it becomes a little bit easier for us, because the visuals are there, and we love the visuals, so we like to exploit them and show them off.
And there's so many little things.
Yeah, and share them with you guys, because that's the vibe, right? And so then everything from there else is easy. Like, if it's informational or if it's food stuff, it's just fun, because like we're trying some food and then the Mark Twain goes by. It's like, dude, as opposed to we're trying food and we're on Melrose, which is awesome, but then a motorcycle drives by and we have to stop and wait because it's super loud or something like that, which is fine. But I'm just saying, like, Disneyland has this idyllic thing going on, to where you're like, Katie's having a bite of a chimichanga, and it's this epic look, like we're on a movie set. So I think it makes it easy like that.
It makes it easier to where you don't have to struggle for as much creative as you do when you're outside. Like, when it seems kind of dumb, but like, even when you're in Target, trying to make that a little more easily consumable, I guess you'd say, it's definitely a little bit more of a creative challenge. And it's one that we like doing, because I like a challenge, like, so do you.
Yeah.
Same thing with like the beach content.
Even like, the beach, it's so easy to go to the beach and just sit there, because it's so rad to just chill.
Yeah.
But to make it presentable, to whatever,
digestible via YouTube.
Yeah. And
that was a really good question.
It was a good question. We expanded way hard on it.
Sorry, we do that. Like, whenever we meet people and they ask us like one question, sometimes we're like, blah, 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 blah. So it happens. Sorry
Spencer,
about that.
You stage managed So You Think You Can Dance. How was that? It was great. It was So You Think You Can Dance was an extension of like American Idol, a lot of the same production and all that stuff, same building. And so it was great. And I learned a lot about dance, and it was inspiring. I don't think I've ever been more inspired to do art than I was when I worked on a show with dancers, because they're so expressive. That's where I met Twitch. We became buddies. I later worked with them on the Ellen show. We kind of reacquainted, and we're like, whoa, so it was I have a really great memories of So You Think You Could Dance. So many talented people, and just in awe of what I was getting to work with,
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I made the chat smaller. Sorry.
And by the way, and the choreographers that I got to work with, like, industry greats, Mandy Moore, who ended up doing what was that movie? That great movie with
Oops, sorry.
Mandy Moore, who did La La Land. That's who it was.
She did La La Land?
Yeah.
I thought that was what's-her-face.
No, not Mandy Moore, the singer. Mandy Moore, the choreographer, was someone that I worked with on like Idol and dance and stuff, but then she went on to choreograph La La Land, you know, 'cause she's just a great choreographer.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Would you guys do a live at the parks and take us? No, I don't think we're gonna. I mean, I'll never say never, but like it is absolutely not.
Yeah, the Parks Live thing is kind of weird
for us.
Yeah, for now. You know, you never know.
But there are, if you do want to see lives in the park, there are a lot of people that go live in the park still. So, you know, you are not short.
We
on
recommend
that content.
YouTube and we do not recommend TikTok.
TikTok,
Live.
It's so bad. Sorry about it.
Don't go vertical on us. Just keep it horizontal.
Keep it horizontal. Do you guys ever buy clothes from Anchor Blue? Wait, no, I haven't. I don't even know what that is. What was your style of clothing back then? I'm not sure. Katie, you should donate some of your ears to a local children's hospital. Well, I think I have this niece who really loves my Disney ears, so I tend to just...
She gets first dibs.
She's my baby. So, and I also save some for sentimental value, but whenever I give them away, I just give them away. And I tend to not go the hospital route. That's just not, you know, something I do, but I'm not opposed to it. You know, do you think Disney is a little evil? I think everything that's a big company kind of has a little evil.
Well,
I think so.
It's a you know, the term evil is in reference, I believe, to like the corporate greedness of it.
That's what I was talking about, yeah.
So you have to be careful when you say, is Disney evil? It's like, well, not inherently. It's just that it's a huge corporation, and the way that huge corporations operate, with money being the paramount thing, you know, greed happens, and then people equate greed with being evil. So
yeah, so that's what I mean. I think they all have a little bit.
Yeah.
Have you gotten a Disney facial lately? I want to try it. Please go. Fairy Tale facials, amazing. Emily is fantastic. She is 10 out of 10. She is so passionate and caring, and the fact that you basically go and get a Disney themed facial, it's truly one of the best things ever. So please go do it. I haven't gone lately. I've been so busy, but if I could, boy, I'd be there yesterday. Like, I would be there yesterday. Spencer, I missed Talking Dead. I was lucky enough to go to a decent amount of time. Me too. I was lucky enough to go too.
Is that our friend? Did you used to go to the...
Kathleen?
Kathleen, were you always in the audience? Because I think that's you.
A few people were, yeah.
Man, I missed that. It's funny, when we did that finale at the Orpheum, we all kind of knew that I mean, it was known that that was going to be it, you know.
Oh, so sad.
And yeah, and I remember stepping out of myself a few times on that stage.
She said yes, that was
Yeah, I thought that was you. You know, and looking around and just going, wow, what an amazing thing that was. You know, a chapter with all those people, and getting to you know, have them accept us. You know, that family of people. Because I remember at first when we did Talking Dead, the Walking Dead people were kind of like, we know you're part of AMC, but like, you could tell they were kind of like, they did their show in Georgia, they were kind of self-contained, and then, you know, it was like they were really careful about, you could just, I don't know, there was a vibe of, you know, not letting us in. And then after a while, you could see that like they realized how Chris was so dedicated and such a real fan.
Yeah.
And an amazing host and interviewer and all that stuff, that they realized like, oh wow, this is in our best interest, and these people want us to succeed, and they love us and they care about us, and so they literally said like, you know, you guys are part of our family. And
that audience was always some of the best humans. Like,
and it was a tiny little audience, but it was like the fandom was real, you know. And there were times when I got to talk to the audience, you know, we didn't have warm up. We used to have warm up a little bit back in the day, but a lot of times I would just talk to the audience beforehand and you know, get a read on them, and just, you know, be the liaison for the show to the audience and stuff. And you just tell, you'd look around and they're all wearing the gear and they're just like into it. And I say, you guys just watch the episode, and they're like, yeah, you know, they were so pumped. So yeah, I miss it. I really, really miss it, and
I miss it for you. It
yeah,
was such a good thing, and even when I went, I
just
enjoyed it, of
great
course.
people.
But
The staff over there, the production staff, everybody. It was like,
and Chris Hardwick is literally
oh, Chris,
just
come on.
a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, can't say enough good things about my buddy Chris. So.
And his mom Sharon, because Sharon,
yeah,
we love you.
Sharon, Sharon is amazing.
Sharon's a Leo too,
yeah,
so
yeah.
even more reason why we love you, Sharon.
Yeah, and Lydia, so.
And Sean, Sean.
Well, you're talking about the whole team Hardwick now.
Yeah. But
and the baby.
Baby.
I got to meet the baby.
Okay, show off. No, but really, if you do want to see Sean, he is absolutely one of the most talented professionals out there as far as, just he knows so much about hair and makeup, but like some of the hair stuff he does, like I follow his account of
it's hair is kind of his specialty,
and it blows my mind the amount, like the talent. He's an Australian who came over here, and I mean, absolutely fantastic. But he's actually been doing so much lately with Jamie Lee Curtis because
he's worked with Jamie for a while. Yeah.
How long has he been with her for? A long time.
For a while now. So he's part of her team, and he travels with her when they do press around the world for the movies.
But now because they're doing Freaky Friday.
Yep.
He's been doing, like, we were watching, I think, when
there was a press thing when they released the fact that,
and we're like, there's Sean. So it's really cool. But if you do want to see some of that, he shows some awesome things with Jamie, obviously with Chris and everybody. But like, check them out, because just the whole team, they're amazing. Can't say enough. It's kind of like the Conan family. Some of the best.
Yeah, and they don't boast about it. That's what's so trippy, is like you realize later. It's like a lot of the people I worked with on American Idol, a lot of the band members and stuff. What I've come to find out now, because I follow a lot of them on social media, we follow each other, and you come to find out, like, whoa, like these people were beasts, and I judge them about their core of who they are as people, and then I come to find out their resume later down the line, because I don't know, I just don't do that when I'm at work, like, oh, who are you, and what did you, and you find out and you're like, oh, that's why these are amazing people. They're so talented.
Right.
So yeah.
It's like they just radiate good.
Oh.
They just radiate awesome.
Yeah.
And that, it's so special.
Yeah.
Tracy said, loved Chris on the Wall. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, The Wall's a real special show because the people that come on The Wall, that's what the show's about. It's about these amazing people who've done something great and selfless, or are selfless, and some, you know what I mean? They're good people, and they are given a chance to win some money on The Wall to almost balance the universe. It's almost like they're such good people, and they've been dealt bad cards, and The Wall is going to like make it better. And Chris is he's the middleman for that, and like he wants them to win, and he's with them in that. You can feel it.
And he's such a good host.
He comes off stage, and I will tell you, because I'm with him right when he comes off stage there. He is so invested in it that it's still with him, and he's like, "Oh, I can't! I'm so upset that they lost." And we on the way back to the dressing room, it's like he's really, he cares about those people, and it comes across. So.
Plus, he's just entertaining to watch, and he's
funny.
He's one of the best hosts. Like, he's so talented, like, and hilarious.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just.
And we were shooting long days, and he's got to be like host guy.
Yeah.
And still invested and keep the energy up. Mind you, little secret about The Wall, it's not that big of a secret, but there's no audience there.
Oh yeah, you told me that.
There used to be an audience before the situation, and then obviously we took the audience out, and they kind of pipe in the crowd and stuff like that. So to be a host with no audience and nothing kind of helping you, when the room is like cheering and loud and supportive, it's like really easy to be and to be that guy. Not easy, but I'm saying it's easier.
Right.
There's nothing going. There's no one in the room, and so he has to carry it. And so I'm just props to him. I'm going to gush about him for a second.
You should. He dang well deserves it.
Yeah, he's incredible at what he does. Yeah.
Dang well. So sorry we went off again. I told you this is what we do.
Yeah.
But it's stuff that like it's real. Like this is what we would be doing if you were sitting at our house and we were chatting. This is what we would do. So
take it or leave it.
If you guys love lakes, I definitely recommend Montana. Oh,
We've heard good things.
100%.
Yeah.
Okay, let me go back here. What was your favorite haunted, HHN maze? Honestly,
I think we were in agreement about.
I go back and forth because I'm one of the people that really liked the weekend because of the queue, and I danced so much. I had such a good time.
That was more of a personal. Sorry.
Yeah.
That was more of a personal one for you.
But then the other one was Dead Exposure, I think it was called.
Dead Exposure, we both agreed was like overall.
Yeah.
Had the best kind of, the vibe, the production value,
we liked the colors. We liked that like neon green. There was something about it that we just really liked. Now also we were there during like a really bad heat wave, and it was like the 3rd or 4th day of it. So there were a lot of like scares that we didn't see in some of the others, and we found that out because we talked to Dylan and some other people that are HHN people.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, by the way, there was supposed to be a scare actor there. There was supposed to be that there.
There were
and you could kind of
certain rooms where you could tell that like this is quite a big presentation of a room, and there's something that should be in the middle of it.
Yeah,
it's
like
framing
what was the one in the soundstage? What was that one with the
Universal one?
Yes. And that one, there was like...
It had like the stained glass windows of like a church.
Yeah, they were supposed to... You could tell there was something because there was just no head and there was like a body there, and we were like, okay, this is cool, but like something's supposed to be happening here. But again, we still enjoyed it, and I think we also went into it knowing, hey, this is a heat wave. These people are probably taking really frequent breaks, number one. And number two, fine. Like, that's great.
And they also could have been understaffed from people that had gotten sick from the 2 days prior because
it was so hot.
Heat stroke is so serious. I've had it where I got sick for like a solid week after getting a heat stroke from working out in the desert on a show. Right. In almost 130 degree weather.
Yeah. So that's why it was like we weren't bummed or disappointed. Like, we genuinely enjoyed it just for the energy, the joy. Spence enjoyed watching me get attacked by crows. So,
it's always a good time.
Do you know why Disneyland stopped selling the long glow sticks that night? I don't remember that. Is that just me? But no. Do you agree that Knott's Scary Farm has stepped it up in the past 10 years, and do you think it could be more fun at HHN? So I grew up as
more fun than HHN?
Yeah, is that what you're saying? Like,
probably.
I grew up as being an only what do you call it? Scary Farm. My first time to HHN was like 2017 or 2018.
To be fair too, Scary Farm was the first.
Yeah. Now, with Scary Farm, for me, what's different is that it feels like a haunted amusement park, and there's no point where, unless you're in like a restaurant, and even then sometimes I felt like scare actors would come in there, I feel like HHN is significantly more like themed overall as a park. And that's just me.
And it's
because you don't have escalators for that take.
But they also lean into the fact that it's a movie studio. And
at HHN.
Yeah. Yeah. And so like there's times when you're in transit walking to a maze in between giant sound stages, which are very industrial and they just look like factories. Yeah. Whereas no theming at all, like maybe a projection on the wall or something, but nothing really. Whereas Knott's Berry Farm, when you're in it,
Scary Farm,
you're in it. Sorry, Scary Farm, you're in it. It's
from the minute you walk through that gate, there's fog, there's people sliding at you. People don't slide at you.
It's just different. It's
different.
It's
They're
apples
two different
and
animals.
oranges.
I would say though, if it's your first time, as far as like, if you're gonna need a break, go to HHN, because in my opinion, when I first went, I was like, whoa, so if I don't want to get scared, I could just go to the Simpsons land, or I could just walk from stage to stage, or I could go stand in the tram line, or I could go down the escalators, which took like 15 minutes, and you're out of it.
Whereas Knott's, it's like you're like, oh, let's take a break and go over to the Roaring Twenties area. Nope, there's people over there too.
And there's fog, and it's creepy, and it's like a haunted park. They are both amazing though. Yeah. Like they are both amazing.
We just both feel like that vibe of like a haunted amusement park is a really cool thing. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's subjective. They're both really good. Mm-hmm. I also don't prefer the whole like upper lot, lower lot.
Yeah.
And the amount of walking, there's these they make you now walk out past it's like behind the Curious George parking lot. If you know the area, they've got a couple of mazes over there now, but you have to walk pretty far. And in the old days, you used to have to walk down the lower lot. They did that. They made you walk all the way. They don't use that area anymore, but it's closer to the big Tristan Eaton murals, closer to where I was working. You don't do that anymore, which was neat because you'd walk back there and they would have concessions.
Oh, my first year I went in 2019. Yeah, I
areas
remember
to
that.
hang out. I really liked that.
That was fun.
I thought that was neat, and it was worth walking down there. Now you have to hoof all the way to those other stages, and it's just the mazes, and they have a few concessions, but it's not like they want you hanging out. They want you out of there.
Yeah. So I'd say like.
But you know what's weird? Sorry, if you've been to that and you know where those mazes are, so that would have been Ghostbusters.
It was Ghostbusters
and Insidious.
No, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about back then. It was the original Ghostbusters. I thought you were talking about the other.
I'm saying this time it was Ghostbusters Insidious. It's where that other lot is.
Yes.
That lot was where when I first became a Directors Guild stage manager, my first job was to get Willie Nelson and bring him from his bus that was parked right where Ghostbusters maze is.
Oh, okay.
And he doesn't do dressing rooms; he has his bus. And so my job was as a stage manager to bring him, to and from the stage and for whenever, rehearsing and for the live show and all that stuff.
Right.
So I had a golf cart and I would pick him up in his bus, which was right there. And then I would drive him back to where the Universal Amphitheater used to be, which is now the Wizarding World of Harry Potter.
Wow.
But it's weird when I'm at that thing and we're over there and I'm like, even on the tram, because the tram takes that route. Yeah, he kept
saying that. He's like, can you believe this?
I'm on the route where I drove that golf cart with Willie Nelson and his guys. That was my first job as a Directors Guild stage manager. And I remember being I was green and new and nervous. And all of his management team and all these people were there. And so he gets in the golf cart and then somebody else, like his sound guy or his I don't know. And then there's like 4 other dudes in suits. And they're like, oh, I go, you guys want to squeeze in? And they're like, well, we'll just walk. And Willie and somebody was like, no, man, come on. And they all some guys held on to the side, were standing. So I had all these people kind of holding on in this golf cart with Willie Nelson in it. And we're 300 yards from the drop off. And one of the wheels comes off the rim and the golf cart, because I had so much weight on it. No kidding. Came off the wheel and it's kind of half off. So all the dudes jump off in the suits, all the management dudes, and they're like, no, go ahead, because dude, it's a live show.
Yeah.
So I got to keep going. So I roll up to artist entrance with Willie. He's laughing. I park the thing. I tell one of the guys, one of the PAs, I'm like, you guys, I need somebody to swap this out. I got to take him to the stage. So I take him in. He does this performance or whatever. By the time we come out, the guys brought another golf cart that had a fixed wheel, and then we, everything was fine. But
rode off into the sunset.
Yeah, but that was my first job as a Directors Guild stage manager. Was with
so
Willie.
That's kind of cool. You got to have a lot of memories while you were there.
Oh yeah, every time I'm there, it's weird. Even the Psycho House, and I won't go into that story, but I worked at the Psycho House with Anthony Perkins, and so when I'm there, I trip out.
You still have you actually shot a video when you were working at the Universal lot.
I did.
And we just still haven't
haven't put it out yet.
I remember a few years ago you both did a live stream of decorating your Christmas tree in your apartment. Are you still planning a live stream of this in your new home? It was so much fun.
I don't know about a live, but maybe some sort of something.
No, I feel like a live would be fun because I kind of enjoyed sharing the spirit together. There was something fun
because you could have a fire going and all that.
Yeah, and we have more space now because man, that was that apartment again. It was comparatively, now that we're in a house, I'm we still wake up and we're like, whoa, we have space.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
But
but I think a live would actually be fun. Let us know.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I feel like it would be fun. Well, the other thing is too, it felt there was a lot of togetherness and there was a lot of good vibes. So
yeah,
it's crazy to think that the holiday season is actually coming up. Once we saw all those Christmas decorations, I was literally like, what? And then I think it was Rogers Gardens or something. I saw that they are already working on their train. What? I'll bring Zach to decorate.
Yeah.
Say no more. We're done. That's it. Done. Happy.
Just give all the ornaments to Zach and just let him.
If I can squeeze that baby, I am good. Like, I am good. I love hearing these stories. I do too. Like, even though I hear them like repetitively, but that's what you do. Not like obsessively repetitive. I'm just saying I've heard them a few times, but I more enjoy seeing the joy that you get talking about it. Like, I know the details. Like, I know it. Even when we were at Universal, you brought it up again but it's more hearing the joy in your voice of those good memories. And that's what, when things happen in life, you should talk about good memories. Like, it's rad. And who else can say they did that? You know, that's super cool to me. Let's see. The ice in the hat was pure genius. Yeah, that was, dude, that was hilarious. Like, I still can't get over like how hot it was. Like, it was crazy. Like, it was, you know, but somehow it wasn't as bad. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, you knew it was really hot.
Yeah.
But it was, you know, it was great last time. Good. Christmas is my favorite time of year, and decorating the Christmas tree is my favorite part. I would love to see a video of you guys putting up the tree. And I think we're getting a real one this year because that was the deal. We have our fake tree.
I got convinced to get a fake tree so that I wouldn't have to buy another one. This was the pitch. You never have to buy one again.
Stop.
No, this is... Now, I think I'm going to buy one this year. What? No. No.
He says that now. Listen, we're going to have a tree for in there is the fake one.
No.
Yes. Spence.
No, that's not how it works.
It's the most wonderful time.
That's fine, but it doesn't mean that we get the most. No. We have a tree. We're good.
He's getting
Thank you. No.
Yeah.
No.
He is. Yeah, you have to have the smell of pine in the house.
I can get the smell of pine in the house.
No, you can't. Not like a real tree.
Oh, yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Leave it to me.
Listen, and that tree wasn't tall enough, remember? See?
What are you talking about?
It was because we knew we wanted a taller tree. Yeah, Grinch-themed tree for Spence.
No. I'm just not going to get bamboozled into like...
Classic. We have 3 because of the same story. It happens. No, see, a real tiny tree. There you go. No, that's what we're doing. It's happening.
Yeah, get me through Halloween first. I'm not talking about this right now.
Have you ever had a Halloween tree? I did back in the day. I used to have it was a white, you know, those tinsely white trees, and then yeah, I decorated that. But I obviously, since you know, I don't have it anymore. Hi, Spencer and Kate. Do a Patrick tree. It's already green.
Oh, that's funny.
Live tree. We do 4 trees. A Peanut Snoopy, a Disney, a Swarovski, and a kid's tree. I love that. I've never had a real tree. I hope I can do it at least once. We will do it for you. What's your favorite attraction at Disneyland? I was 3rd shift custodial cast member for 3 years. Wow. 3 years of that?
Wow.
Mine, like, current favorite attraction is Pirates, but all-time overall is Small World.
Yeah, I could kind of say the same thing, and then Haunted Mansion is my overall.
Would you grab me a water bottle, please?
Yeah.
Wait, sorry. A real tiny leopard tree. That's hilarious.
That is funny.
That is hilarious. I like it. Instead of a leprechaun, it's a leopard tree. Dude, that's great.
I love that he has a pumpkin right now.
Patrick Bogor does have a little jack-o'-lantern. Is it still out there? Can anybody confirm that it's still there?
Anything gets stolen? Because
really, stuff gets stolen all the time, and it's like really, really sad. Like, I don't know what the deal is, but they can't. Yeah, we can't see. But you know what? It seemed like that one was kind of what do you call it? It was kind of like not cemented down, but it was like nailed down to wood. You know what I mean?
Because sometimes people do it.
Oh yeah, because people have put things.
But I think Disney put that one in.
Often on Downtown Disney since 2001. Wow. Dang. When you're done vlogging for the day, do you continue in the park or go home? Most of the time we go home because we either want to like kind of either start editing the video or we're just like tired because it's a lot of like... It's double. It's like, you know, navigating the park is one thing, but when you're doing, you know, what we're doing, you're talking, you're worrying about your background because you don't want to put people in your videos. You're worrying about like sound. Did I say what I wanted to say? So I think you just mentally get tired. Physically, it's not as bad anymore. When I was like kind of overweight, it was a little bit harder on my body because I wasn't used to it, especially for my frame. But now that I'm more in better shape, I'm like cruising now. Don't get me wrong, my feet still do get tired, you know. Are you excited for all the Downtown Disney changes? Yes. Like, I'm so happy Downtown Disney is getting love. Like, it needs it badly. There's been days where we've been in Downtown Disney with our friends and we're like, wow, there's really not much to do. And I think now that there's going to be so many more things to do, it makes you happy, especially if Disneyland is going to have reservations and stuff. It's good to know that, like, for people who can't get a reservation or people that maybe are traveling here and just came in like 6 o'clock, they don't have to like buy a ticket, you know, they can actually find things to do. I work for a Swarovski. I bet your tree is beautiful. A Swarovski tree is probably fantastic. I agree with you. When do you think the Walt animatronic will be out? Planning a trip for March, hopefully. I actually don't know. I haven't really thought about it or looked into it ever since D23. I'm not really sure. What's your favorite time of day at Disneyland? Morning, midday, golden hour, or nighttime? I would say morning followed by golden hour. Speaking of which, Katie, your fire ran out. Thank you. Thank you. Glad to see you guys again. Glad to be back. They need to do something else with the old rainforest. And listen, I complained about that today. Spence kind of is a little more optimistic about it, but like, I can't stand it. I want it to be Rainforest Cafe or something better. Like, I like Star Wars, but yeah, they need to bring back ESPN Zone. Thank you. They bring something there other than what's there now. Like, it's just a travesty. Like, I want Downtown Disney to give me the vibes that it did back when it first did its thing. You know, but I also don't want to sit there and like go like ham on it forever. But at the same time, like, the reality is we need to change it. Like, the Rainforest Cafe, bring that back. Bring back ESPN Zone. We all had such good vibes there, good times. The staff was amazing. Some of the best staff ever was at ESPN Zone. And that's a fact. Glad to see your hard work and weight loss. I have lost 30 pounds and working on 40. Good for you. That's amazing. That's really a lot of work. And, you know, I understand. So good for you. Hold on, I'm going to take a drink of water. Okay. But yeah, they closed Tortilla Joe's, but Star Traders remains open. Go figure. I know. Are you talking about, oh, the ESPN Zone? I had something ESPN Zone that I think it was like one of my favorite things I ate, but it's been so long. I think it was like, correct me if I'm wrong, Tim, but was there like a barbecue sandwich? It was like pulled pork or something. But I remember I had that there and I was like, oh, this is so good. I think it was like I said, I think it was like pulled pork or whatever. And it was so good. I don't know. I just missed the whole thing.
That there was a restaurant in there.
Yeah, it was good. I feel like it was like, I had like a pulled pork sandwich or I don't know what it was, but it was so good.
Pulled pork?
What? Well, pulled porg? Porgs didn't exist yet. Tell you what. Congrats on your weight loss. Thank you. I need to get back. Oh, that's awesome. The end of Downtown Disney is empty. Why empty buildings and they're building new ones? There was a barbecue chicken sandwich and a pulled pork. So it was a pulled pork sandwich, and I think it might have been my first ever pulled pork sandwich, and it was so good. I don't know if they've announced it yet, but there will be a steakhouse bar. Yes, they did, where Joe's was. We were looking at it today.
Brazilian steak?
You can hold
right?
No, I thought it was just like a...
Because Brazilian steak is like a big deal.
No, it was supposed to be... I already forgot. What was the steakhouse supposed to be? Dang it.
A certain brand?
Yeah. Oh, wait, maybe they didn't say that. I don't know. I'm lost.
Freddie, advice needed. Eat breakfast at Disneyland and enjoy the experience, or eat breakfast before entering the park to save time to do other things.
It depends on what your goal is.
I think, Freddie, if you're asking me, the breakfast that's worth your time at Disneyland is Carnation Cafe.
Yeah.
Because it's Main Street and it's pretty awesome.
But other than that, there's nothing now in the parks that I would say that's like a quick service thing that is worth it.
I wonder how the breakfast is at that Pixar restaurant over there, Pixar Place Hotel, because that restaurant's really good.
But maybe since they're talking about being in the park.
Well, he said either in the park or should I get breakfast before
I would say
going in the park. You know
I would say if you really want to get on attractions, your best time to do it is in the morning.
Yeah.
So I would say eat before, because there's nothing other than what Spence said, like Carnation Cafe or
it depends on
even Minnie's character breakfast. Those are like the only things that are so worth doing a breakfast experience, but truly.
And to bypass attractions, you know.
Yeah, and really, unless you're staying there for that last hour of the night, that's really your best time to get on a bunch of attractions. So truly, if that's your goal,
go to Denny's at 5 a.m. across the street, and
or just eat at home, or have something in the car, grab Starbucks, like drive through McDonald's.
There is a Denny's over there, across from Disneyland. So
okay, so that's what I would say. Yes, I remember Build-A-Bear. And I loved Build-A-Bear, even though I never really, I think I've built like 2 bears there, but I just liked going there because it was so much fun. We rope drop and then get late breakfast in the park. That's a good idea. That's what I would do. Hey, I wanted to say that I never know he was a graffiti artist myself. I am been a while. Oh, that's cool. That's very cool. Let's see. There's still a Build-A-Bear at Knott's. Yeah, it's just...
Oh, that's right.
It's just not as great as the Disney one.
Knott's Bear E-Farm. Get it? Berry Tales.
With children, you're a zombie by 10. I think, honestly, parents that are just parenting and doing a theme park. Parenting is the hardest job in the world. Yeah. But then when you're doing Disney on top of being a parent, I think you deserve a medal. It is truly the hardest job in the entire world.
Especially when it's
hands
hot.
Freaking down. Sometimes I just look at parents and I'm just like, you're amazing. Like,
the ones that do it with like stoicism, you're just like, how are they dealing? They're just like,
yeah, I don't know. I mean, superstars.
You know what I mean?
Superstars. This is why I've chosen to not have kids.
Pull the shade over the stroller, hand the bottle over.
Yeah.
Start pushing.
They're rock
iPad.
stars.
It's like they know.
Dude,
yeah.
Absolute rock stars. Again, it's like I've chosen not to have kids because I look at parents and I go, I don't know how you do it. Like, you truly have the hardest, most selfless job in the world, and I'm not just blowing smoke up your butt.
It's
like,
because it doesn't end.
Never.
It's like it's kind of like a YouTube channel. It doesn't end.
So are you saying vlogging is harder than being a parent?
Sure.
Yes. Vlogging is harder than being a nurse, guys.
Yeah. Please make a video about it.
Yeah. With children, you are a zombie by 10. Jeremy, thank you so much for the super chat. Hey, Katie and Spencer, how's your Malibu house from the last couple of earthquakes? There was one today, but it's fine. It's our little place is just shaking, rattling, rolling. I looked at our cameras and you could see the shaking.
Yeah.
We have a few cameras, and I think the only one, there was one in our hallway to our room. That one for some reason never shakes. But the front ones, the back ones, like, it's so weird. Those are just like it looks worse.
Yeah.
But it might be how they're hanging.
I think it's because it's looking at something else. Like the ones that are in the hallway, it's like they're part of the hallway, so they move with it. Does that make sense?
Maybe. Yeah.
Where it's, I don't know.
Like our outdoor, it's very weird, but like I would say everyone shook except, so I can always tell when there was like, and it also won't pick up on, I'd say like 2.0s, like we can't really see those.
Well, it's not going to turn on unless you're on, unless you have
one of our cameras that overlooks like where you can see the ocean, whenever there's a really big like swell, it'll shake the camera. Like not as bad as an earthquake does, but it'll go like, and you'll see
sometimes moisture drops will trigger it.
It's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a splash from a wave will trigger it.
So that camera is a very active camera.
Yeah.
Let me see here. Sorry, I missed so much. I feel like you two are modern day Huell Hauser brings. That's such a compliment. Thank you.
Hauser.
He was such a pioneer.
Yeah.
Right? But it's worth it. Yeah, it is so worth it for kids. It's not a job I could do. I truly couldn't, but we wouldn't have like anything without the kids of the future. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there are futures. So yes, it is worth it. And for those of you that make the ultimate sacrifice to be a parent, power to you. It never ends. That's why I only had one, right? I want to tell you both you're great and I love your Disney videos and how it started to come along with your videos. Thank you. About to sign off for the night. Good night. Spencer, what camera do you use? I want to start making YouTube videos.
We use our phone.
A lot.
A lot. Most recently, the iPhone 14. We're still waiting for our new one.
Yeah, we pre-ordered the new iPhones. We
So
have
we'll have
the DJI. We kind of mess with that. We've been using that a little bit.
Yeah, that Pocket 3 thing. It's kind of a combo of that and the phone. The
phone is like our preferred #1 thing.
The phones are amazing, I will tell you. The only thing I don't like about the phone is sometimes you'll get that weird reflective dot thing.
Mm-hmm. Which might be fixed with the new iPhone.
Yeah, who knows?
So yeah, if you have a good smartphone though,
smartphones,
use that. I mean,
honestly,
also, yeah.
Yeah, you can really do a lot with, if you could shoot in 4K, or 1080. 1080 is fine too.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what we.
Do you guys have TikTok pages? I have.
We have an account, but we don't use it.
Well, we have a Best Life and Beyond one.
Yeah. We
tried a few, and then I really didn't like a lot of the audience. That it was kind of a little bit more like it was unhinged over there. The internet's crazy as it is, but it just wasn't our preferred thing. I have an account, so I realized I had to have one because friends would always send me TikToks and I'd be like, I can't watch this.
Oh, yeah.
So, but then what sucks though is I've had people send me TikToks and I'm like, I absolutely did not want to see this and whatever.
It's weird.
But...
I mean, there's different, like anything, like any of these platforms, there's different stuff.
I think my TikTok account is user 65787 blah, 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 blah.
But remember how it started out, and it still has this, of people just lip syncing and doing dances and stuff.
Yeah.
That's all it was for the longest time.
No, it still does that.
I know it still does that, but that was kind of what it was for the longest time. And then now the TikTok Live is a really big deal, and it's a big pitch fest. And
I feel like TikTok Live is basically like a telethon.
It's a telethon,
except it's for themselves.
Yeah, and
that's why we laugh though so much. It's we got accused of all of that. It's TikTok is literally doing that 10 times worse than we ever did. And again,
ours was literally derived out of announcing that our merch went live. Yeah. Our t-shirts that we sell 5 of. Okay. We're such grifters. I know, we make so much money off those shirts. It's dude.
It's so stupid.
Yeah, it's just it's a catchphrase that people learned from the internet. And
maybe I need to make a group.
And they throw it around, and it's.
Do you think I should make a shirt?
Yeah, I think so.
Rad.
Yeah, I mean, might as well.
Yeah. Huell was hilarious, honestly.
I had a cup of
so
coffee
ahead
with
of
Huell.
his time.
I got to chat with Huell.
You are so cool.
Well, hey.
You're Huell.
Yeah, I can name drop Huell Hauser. That's one that is.
I would too.
I could name drop a lot of people, but Huell Hauser.
I would too.
That's a deep cut, dude.
I love your travel videos, hotel ratings, etc. I didn't renew my Magic Key because of the price, but I'm going to expand my travels with the family. You are not alone in that.
A lot of people.
I probably had hundreds, and I'm not even exaggerating here, but I had hundreds of messages over the last several months of people not renewing.
We've even seen people in the wild. I say that meaning outside of Disneyland and just in the whatever, and we meet people somewhere and go, oh, hey, Best Life. We're like, oh, hey, what's up? And we're at a Taco Bell in San Diego or something. I don't know. Who knows where we're at? But people would say, hey, yeah, we're big Disneyland. We used to watch you guys and whatever, and we still do. But yeah, we didn't renew our passes this year. It just got too much. And so we come across that from time to time. And
so yeah, it's been nice because a lot of people will say, because of your expanded content, we're able to find other things to do. But then there are some people that still, because they didn't renew, they want to be able to watch our channel and still feel like they're there. So, but I just don't want you to feel alone about not renewing your pass. Like that was very, very common. Thank you, Brian Garcia, BG.
Oh, BG's here.
Hello, everyone. It's been too long since I've seen you guys. Hopefully we can catch up soon. Yes, I hope so. That would be amazing. You know, we just love being able to like catch up with our friends. And
by the way, props to our friend Brian Garcia, who also has had an amazing weight loss journey.
Yeah.
Last time I saw him I haven't seen him in person in a while.
Yeah.
But I saw him, you know, we were doing a little Zoom.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude.
Who is this guy?
Look good, bro.
Yeah. We're so proud of you.
So props to you, BG. And
much
love to the family. Yes. Yep. So yeah, that's it's pretty cool. You're not the only one.
I still like, I don't need to like lose any like poundage anymore for me to like, you know, feel better and like whatever. But I would like to in the next year or two kind of work on like
tone.
Yeah, like toning up a little bit. And then I'm also still working on like what's the word? Accepting my body, I guess, a little bit better. I try not to talk too much about this because I was relentlessly, again, it's so funny because a Disney community, you would think it's like, we tell people this, I'm like, you would think it's like the most welcoming, kind community. Literally the worst amount of crap I've ever heard was about, you know.
There is a supportive aspect of it.
Yes, there is.
You guys are a fine example of that. But strangely, there's an underbelly that you would never think in this space because it's Disney related with Happiest Place.
Yeah, and people that are big fans of Disney.
Right, and it would seem to just emanate a positive thing no matter what got attached to it. Well, that's not the case, and we've found it to be just weird like that. So anyways.
Yeah, where I was going with that though is I was ridiculed on levels that I can't even.
Yeah, about physical stuff.
I mean, I'm talking about like my hair, the size of my sunglasses.
It's stuff that nobody.
The physical things, though.
Nobody that wasn't hiding behind an anonymous screen name would ever say in front of people, or in front of their peers or their family or anything. So it was that kind of stuff to where, after a while, though, at the level that we got it, I could see how it starts to affect somebody, and and attacking somebody's physical being is like so childish and weird. Again, it's so stupid that you wouldn't do it and show your face, and we get that because everybody was doing it from this anonymous place.
But the point is, though, is I got so I've never thought in my life as an adult I would be called and talked about some of the things. That's why I can never, like, Diz Twitter is a great example. Like, that is, some of the things that were said about my, like, weight, my body, like the amount of stuff that, I don't see it, but I know that it exists out there. I guess you could put it that way. We have people that know what's going on, and they'll kind of keep us abreast of what's going on, right?
We don't really have to.
So the point is, though, I see and I know what's being said, and to a degree, right? How do I put this? Like, my stomach. Like, people will focus on the fact that my stomach is not flat. Like, she sits down and has rolls, and it's like, I just can't imagine in what world you're focused on that. Like, focus on other things. It's just psychotic to me.
Well,
so anyway,
it's simple. It comes down to self-esteem on that other end. That's really, it's a basic
the point
psychological
is, though,
thing. It really is.
Yeah, the point of it is, though, is so I'm still working on loving my body how it is now, and because that did cause, like, I don't want to say, oh yeah, you won, but I do want to say it caused me to stop and think about how I look way more than I used to, and that sucks. But on the positive side, the thing, like, obviously a lot of things were factors in my weight loss, but being surrounded by better people.
Yeah.
Everyone always asks me, what's the big secret? Oh, it's Ozempic. Oh, it's, you're binge, you're doing this, or you're starving yourself, or you're, I've got everything. First of all, I'll never discuss my medical ever. Like, that's not something I'll ever talk about.
Nobody should.
Unless you want to. Great, but I don't. So the thing is, though, one of the things I can tell you is not being around crappy people,
bad people,
makes a huge difference in how you glow and how you feel and your ability to achieve your goals and feel better about yourself. But it's going to take time still for me. But so I don't really talk too much about that often, but I think that's part of my healing from that is I do need to talk about it more. Does that make sense?
Because I think the goal of that stuff from that side, one could say, like, someone could defend it and go, hey, we're just giving you constructive criticism. You put yourself out there and it's unhealthy what you're doing and we're just letting you know. And it's like, no, not really, and it's like, it's not the place for that, Mm-hmm. I just, it's like,
that's not what you do.
And I don't think the goal of that contingent is or was to motivate you. They didn't want to see you succeed.
No.
They didn't want to see you go, oh yeah, you know what? Maybe I should, start to focus on my weight or my physical appearance, my health or whatever. That's not what was the goal of that. That goal of that was to tear you down farther, and it was to kick you when you were down, because it's kind of a cowardly thing to, when someone's down, you see all the people come out of the woodwork to give a little kick. The people that wouldn't do a toe-to-toe, but when that person's down, they'll go give a kick and run, And so that's what was happening. And sadly, that has to happen. But you come out the other side like a better person, because it's like, what doesn't destroy you makes you stronger. There is truth to that phrase. It's insane. Until you've been through it, you can't really say that that's real. But man, it's real. It is so real. It's Andy Dufresne coming through the other side. It's all that stuff. It's absolutely real.
Yeah.
And you don't know how liberating and how light it. There's something that was on your shoulders that you didn't even realize was there, and it has less to do with your own thing. It's more to do with all that pressure people were putting on you, and it's like, what?
Yeah.
So
it's crazy though. I think that, like, women in general, I mean men too, but women in general, there's, like, it's no secret, like, I'm not Miss Perfect, like,
but women on the internet take it way harder.
Women are horrible, like, they get
attacked way worse.
The thing is, like I'm saying, I'm not saying I'm perfect. Like, believe me, I've been I
don't think you ever did.
No, yeah, and I like, listen.
But you're judged on some perfection criteria that you never signed up for.
No, not like that.
And you never claimed that, but like, whatever.
Yeah. So my point is, though, is like, there's plenty of other girls out there. There's plenty of people in general that I do not like. And maybe in the past I've probably said, like, oh, they're ugly or stupid. We've all said that childishly. But if I've learned anything, don't be about, like, people's physical appearance to that, like, level. And it actually, like, made me, it's kind of weird, like, when something like that happens to you, like what I went through, it almost made me start thinking about that. And I never did. Like, I never looked at people physically like that. So it kind of just breeds more nastiness. And that's also something that I had to, like, work on too, because when you get attacked for your physical appearance, you start to go, well, you're ugly too. And, and it's like,
that's what abuse does.
What am I doing? So
abused people tend to abuse.
Yeah.
It's
and so
natural.
That started to get a little contagious for me. So I really, that's something that I'm glad I got away from, a lot of that negative nastiness. And I don't see it. I don't hear it. Like I said, I know what's going on and I know my physical appearance. It's like, because of what I went through, I just know. And then I said, we have people that, like, look out and know what's going on for us.
Yeah.
But I'm aware of it, and I just know it's always going to be a thing.
But it also puts you in a place, I think, of like where you came out the other side where you're like, I don't care.
Yeah, it is.
And, like, whatever physically came out of it for you was your own. You did all this for your own reasons. You didn't do it because of
I
that.
never wanted to appease anybody because I was struggling. Again, I'm not talking about all of my health, but to give you just a little bit of insight, I was struggling with an underlying health condition, like maybe 2 of them actually. And this is the first time when I did my recent like blood work panel and my recent physical that I'm gonna cry when I talk about this, but this was the first time in like 5 or 6 years that I came out normal, like healthy, like the clean bill of health.
Right.
And like I kind of cry about it because like we take health for granted, and I'm not just talking about your weight, but we take our health for granted, and you never know what someone is physically struggling with behind the scenes. Like you don't know if your friend over there is epileptic. You don't know what is going on. And so yeah, it's like that's all I have to say about that. It's like it was not when I lost weight and stuff, it was not done to appease anybody. It was done, it kind of was, in a way, it was a secondary thing too once I figured out a lot of my health conditions. So thank you, and I'm sorry I've ignored the chat, but I think that was something to talk about, and it was really important. And I'm going to talk about it more often. So this isn't the last time you'll hear about it, because it's part of my recovery from that. I
should have put a clock on it, because the next time I go long-winded and I get kicked under the table, I'm going to be like,
I don't kick you under the table,
clock.
Liar. Although it felt like I kicked you really hard when I hurt my knee earlier. For anybody who was in this chat earlier, it looked like I like whacked the heck out of you. But no, just know I hurt my knee kicking him, kicking myself, which probably ended up kicking you. But thank you guys. I really appreciate it. Somebody said such a sweet comment and said their husband walked in the room and positively commented about my big sunglasses and my red lipstick. We love you. And you know, some people wear, I don't understand how people could, in what world, talk about your sunglasses. Your sunglasses are too big or too small or whatever. Like, who cares?
I can explain it.
But don't.
She doesn't want me to, because I know I could give you the clinical reason why people say all these things. I can. And that's why part of it, why I don't care, because I'm like, yeah, I know why they're doing that.
And it's crazy.
Because they have nothing else. And they're desperate to just, that's what they want to do. So let them do it. Fine. Go ahead.
Yeah.
If that's what, you know.
Mental health very much can mess with your overall health. And when you are in a, if you're surrounded by crap, you feel and look like crap, and sometimes you don't even see it until you're away from it, and then you're like, oh, I didn't even realize it. If you're surrounded by weird
people, you know.
Yeah, Yosemite again was was crazy. My husband ran into you guys on a trail. When was that? Was that this recent trip? This was the first year we didn't go.
Yeah, but that was
because we moved.
Wasn't that on the trail to the falls that we turned around because you were like, hey, it's too much? Was it that one, or was it Mirror Lake? I think it was Mirror Lake.
Dude, that falls one, you told me it was going to be a mile. Do you remember that?
Yeah, but it was uphill mile, and it was pretty
No, it was longer than a mile. It was like 4 miles, and it was the end of the day. We had spent all day.
It was like Nevada Falls or something like that.
Yeah, that, by the way, that goes
I had hiked that as a kid, so I was like, oh, I want to go do this again. But we were,
like, first of all, I was...
Vernal Falls. Vernal Falls.
Was it Vernal Falls?
Yeah.
And at that time, too, like, remember, I was probably my heaviest I've ever been, and I didn't know the condition I had yet.
And then
golly,
we didn't even get to the mist part of the trail, because
I could kick you for dragging me up there. You told me it was going to be like, it'll be 30 minutes, it'll be fine.
Well, I was trying to relive my youth, and I wanted to go the mist trail and all that. And
we're going to have to go redo it.
She's like, I'm not getting soaked, you know, and but anyways.
Yeah, I'm telling you, that was awful.
Excuse me. Was that the big water year?
Yes, and we wanted to go this year, but again, we had to make a choice. Is it get the house or go to Yosemite? And Yosemite was on the chopping block. But we will go next year.
Yeah.
We will never, like, I'm telling you, missing that was
I want to go earlier so that there's still snow.
Me too, that'd be nice. How is Pixar Charlie doing? He's good. I just talked to him today. We were texting. He's busy working, though. My wife tells me the truth. Stress is real. It is. Yep, at the falls. Sometimes they criticize other people in an attempt to draw attention away from their own shortcoming and insecurity. Yes, that happens. And again, we've all done, like, again, don't ever think for a second that I'm coming across like I'm this perfect angel who has never done or said anything wrong. Same with Spencer. Like, we are absolutely the most imperfect humans, but it takes a person to go, hey, I'm not perfect. Whatever I did do or said or whatever, I need to be always improving and seeing where I can do better and be better. And that's real. And that's something we've been trying to work on for every day of our lives. Like, you know, and that's part of it. So don't do that. Don't do that where you try to criticize other people to do that. It's not good.
It's too easy too. It's like low-hanging fruit. It's like
we are all not perfect. So don't let me sound all preachy like, yeah, we're working on this and no one else is. Like, no, it's just something to be aware of, you know? I hate when people do that. Oh yeah, I love when they tell you that it's only a short distance. Yeah, you said it too. I was so mad. Skip Yosemite and come to Oregon. Oh, you guys, I want to go to Oregon so bad.
I know we were talking to a family from Washington today.
Yeah.
And we were talking about the, driving up the coast and through Oregon.
Oh, I want to go so bad. See, that's like, remember when I said I had this like list of things to do? That is on the list. Driving up the California coast.
Yep.
A best life and beyond in Japan or China. That's a little lower on the list. Like, I want to see those countries, but I want to see Europe first. Do you know what I mean? Like that's way more exciting.
Your country and Europe, you know.
Yeah. I want to, exactly. I want to see America, then Europe. Then I might think Japan or China would probably be on the list. But for Europe's especially, I have so much family in Germany, so I really want to go see that.
It's even weird to think that there's places on the, this side of the Mississippi that you haven't been to, but you've been to Florida how many times?
Yeah. Isn't that weird?
I've been to Florida like 5 times.
Because, I mean, my first time on an airplane as an adult
was for Florida.
2020. That was it. So, see, I have so much to do.
Go watch the video. We have the footage.
But also, flights are really expensive. Like, I don't know how anybody flies as often.
All the time.
I don't get it.
I don't
either. I don't know whether. Oregon is the best. I know, it's so beautiful. It's like, I need to go to there in Washington so I can live my best Twilight life. Like,
oh boy.
Guys, I'm a twihard. I was a twihard. Like, I'm sorry, but I was.
Goonies.
Drove to the Redwoods.
Twin Peaks. That's me.
That's amazing. Drove to the Redwoods listening to Classic Rewind on XM. That's amazing.
Ooh, love that station.
Any plans to come to Canada for a visit? That's on the list too. That's a major,
that is on the
another
list.
Country. Yeah, like that's on the list.
Excuse me. We have a lot of.
Sounded like a horse right there.
We have a lot of Canadian friends.
Water.
No, thanks.
You must see Efteling theme park in the Netherlands, dude. So badly.
I've heard good things, and I love the Netherlands. I've been there a few times, and always wanted to venture out of. I was always in Amsterdam, or I went to a place called Hilversum, where I shot a television show. So I would love to go other places.
Me too. I want to do that. Oh, okay. So you get a credit card and then you get flying miles. Okay, well that makes sense. Reread and rewatched all the Twilights recently. Love that. Love that. What bands are you listening to right now? Honestly, we're on like an 80s kick. Like we were talking, listen to everything, but
we were talking about the fact that there's really not a whole lot, if any, new bands like bands,
really new,
not music, bands instrument.
And bands. Maybe it's just, and that's what our conversation was.
In popular music, like when you're talking 70s and 80s, you still had like, the big bands were like Rolling Stones and U2 and stuff like that. But all those bands are just.
Has anybody else noticed that? Like we were just talking. Like, isn't it kind of like? It's kind of interesting that's
like
been
the stuff
a thing
that's being
we've
pushed.
Noticed.
That's new is like older artists, and a lot of them are just singers.
But isn't it weird?
Yeah, like a Billie Eilish or like
table again.
DJs, things like that. I don't know. I could be wrong, but it just seems like the era of like a band like Journey, a band like Def Leppard, a band like.
Okay, a few people are agreeing.
Yeah, I don't know.
Isn't it weird how that happened?
I think the music industry definitely, if you were to break that down, the music industry has definitely like fallen apart because of online. And so touring is the only thing. And even then, it's tough, so.
Yes, Germany's Christmas markets.
Yeah. We watched a lot of videos on that.
I watch those videos. Like
it's like
Spencer,
snowing and stuff. Oh, it looks really cool because
people walk through. They make YouTube videos.
I like Europe in the wintertime because it feels like a black and white movie to me. Because it's always kind of cloudy.
So beautiful.
And it's old. And it feels black and white. I don't know how else to explain that. I don't know if anybody else has experienced that before, but that's what it feels like to me.
Yeah, that's again, when we go to that list, let me refer back to the list. That is at the top of the list. As far as like getting across the pond. Is that what they call it for the UK? Say across the pond.
The pond is the Atlantic, yeah.
Yes. Went to Palm Springs and saw your piece, Spence. Well done. Oh, rad. Is it still there?
You.
I had no idea.
I know, it's been so long.
Oh.
I thought that thing would be burned over next day because it's just graffiti. That's how graffiti
what it's supposed to be, yeah.
Yeah, I let it go. It's a good lesson in
when did you go?
letting go.
I'm curious, like, how long it even stayed up. If it stayed up longer than a week, I'd be shocked.
I'd be shocked because it doesn't.
And it's a free for all. Anybody can go there and spray whatever you want.
Exactly.
It's German Week in Aldi this week, Katie.
Oh. I didn't know that.
I need to go to Aldi. Maybe I need. I visited medieval towns in Germany, and of course, also the castle, which I'm not even going to try to say. I don't speak very. Listen, I can hear and understand some stuff, but talking.
Your mom is like.
My mom is like blah 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 blah. Same with most of my, but not me. I cannot.
Yeah.
I am like, what do you call it? Defective. You've motivated me to go to Lowe's and look at Christmas goodies. Good.
Lowe's is loaded.
Yeah. Hi, love your videos. Watch them every day from Mexico.
Thank you.
That's amazing. Thank you.
Thank you.
It was written on, it was respected. Oh, cool. Rad. June, you went in June. Wow. So that was, when did we go? I don't even know when we did that now. For some reason, I thought it was.
Are you talking about Palm Springs?
Yeah. When was that?
I don't know.
Please do an Aldi trip like you did Trader Joe's. That would be kind of cool to do that. Maybe I'll do like Trader Joe's and Aldi. Would that be cool as like one whole video?
Traldi.
Traldi. Nuremberg is a famous one, but the smaller Christmas markets are beautiful. Dude,
yeah, Nuremberg is the one we saw.
I would do. I would do all of them.
Yeah.
You know. But you guys, it is now the 10 o'clock hour. We have got to wind this down and say goodbye. And Spence, you need to go take a lozenge for your poor little throat.
Sorry.
It happens. I get it. But you actually probably need to maybe take an allergy. Did you take Flonase?
I didn't today.
There you go.
And it was super windy today.
Yeah, there you go. I was like, I could tell. Hey, Spencer, I'm a bass player for an 80s tribute band. That is so cool.
Oh, that's awesome. Dang.
I love that.
Wow.
I love that.
We're into it. We do a lot of 80s vibes.
We love 80s.
Katie loves the 80s.
I put on Never Ending Story, that song, all the time, and then I just let it go with whatever 80s song's on, and then I dance in the living room.
And Katie rhymes with 80, so it's kind of a...
Listen, I'm going to tell you a little fun fact. Back when I was in elementary school, I think it was, I used to write my name K8 and then an E, and I would write it everywhere. And that first it started from K8 and then a 0, so 80. But then I started to put the E, so it was cool.
So K8E.
That was my tag. I was hardcore. My mom would find it on the walls. Anyway.
I'm so sorry.
It happened.
Yeah, thanks you guys. That was fun.
Yeah, thank you guys for coming and hanging out with us. We'll have a new video posted tomorrow, probably tomorrow evening is when we'll have it out. It's a very, very long and fun video.
Ooh, Downtown Disney.
Yes, it was a good time.
There is a lot going on. You're going to want to see what we covered today. It was a trip.
It was fun. And I think we found our new favorite food.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so stay tuned for that.
Something that reopened.
Mm-hmm.
I think semi-recently.
Yeah. Whatever it is, you'll see. You'll love it. It's a little unexpected, but it was great.
Thanks,
thank you,
Patreons.
guys.
Thank you, Victor, for helping out tonight. And thank you guys. Appreciate you.
Love you guys. Thank you. Bye.
Bye, everybody.